split. There we are.
Oh shit, we
Hey!
So,
Made
hello,
it.
howdy. Welcome to another nifty D session. I'm Dan. I'm DMing because it's my campaign, Pirates of Kal'Himaar. Bam. We'll do a recap and we'll get into this combat in a sec. But first, we'll do introductions as we always do. You can see that we are unfortunately down one member for tonight, as the wonderful Annie has prior commitments. But I believe the wonderful man on my left, who will introduce himself in a moment, is Jaegering, said scary lady. So yeah, introductions. Take it away.
Hello, I'm Callum. I'm going to be playing a scary lady, and Nem. I got 2 laughs, I guess that'll do.
Sorry, I was too
That's
focused
right.
on what time it is.
That's fine, it's Tom time.
That's my bit!
Yeah, what's going on, gamers? It's Tom time. I guess that's enough. Elliot's bit.
It's so impossibly mundane that no one even remembers it.
Yeah, so
It's me, it's Elliot.
yeah,
It's on my face.
It's iconic.
I love classic. It's so
I've been
cute.
driving for 3 hours and just got here, so fuck you all. I'm going to be playing Scythus, he's a druid. Bye.
Good evening, everyone.
18:50.
Didn't you just check the time?
Yeah, you threw me off,
It's
man.
it's 6:50.
It's 6:50, which is...
It was 6:49 when he said it though, so it's no longer Tom time.
It was 6:14. It was 6:50 when I said it. It's fucking Tom to face the music is what I was going to say.
Why do you need to know the time if it's just Tom to face the
Because
music?
it's my bit! It's my... If I don't have my bit, then I've got nothing.
His bit is him not knowing the time.
By now, man.
No.
If you're nothing without the bit, then you shouldn't have it.
Anyway, I'm Tom. I'm playing a small guy. His name's Mostella, and his hair is orange. Crack on.
On that topic,
Segue.
Yeah, speaking of.
Beautiful segue. Hey guys, once upon a time before this session, I was told I have the worst intros of anyone alive, but now that's changed. So what I do is I turn to the internet to find an introduction. Apparently, one of the best ways to introduce yourself is to put someone else on the spot. Maybe start off with a compliment or question, or find some other way to make someone else do the talking. It takes the spotlight away from you for a moment, and it also shows that you're observant and curious. So, Callum, what's my intro going to be today?
Hi, I'm Kane.
Hi, I'm Kane. I'll be playing River Kisro, a Tabaxi paladin, and yeah, she's about to fight a demon, which is quite literally the thing she wants to do.
A devil.
A devil.
They're different.
Apologies. I don't know my
Fantastic all
demonic lore too
That's
well.
racist towards fiends.
Devil.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, you've upset that vast community.
That's all we have. Hello, I'm Jamie. I'm not a father anymore. I'm playing Fuaro. He is an Aarakocra rogue and the captain of our ship, despite what everyone else wants.
He's not.
He's looking. He's looking forward to a good fight, I guess.
Hey, it's me, it's Elliot. I'm here and I'm playing Garvin Ceres Eatvar, the Goliath barbarian, who is a bastard. And yeah, but you know, what he does excel in is fighting. And so watch him get absolutely fucked up.
Elliot, can you give me another It's Me, It's Elliot? Because that one's really melancholy.
It's me, it's Elliot. There we
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah.
No, sorry, guys.
We'll edit that in post.
Right, so...
Quickly, before you go, Dan, quick shout out to I Need Ferrets in the chat for telling lies.
So, last we left off, the party from originally the HMS flagship, now Sea Razor, had made dock, or had made dock on the island that the capital city of the Midas Empire is situated on. Staying well away from the city and headed towards the giant tribe, the group of hill giants that Garvincerius had longed to meet and start his trial of the Dvergjoten, or dwarf giant. The trial got underway. You were tasked with climbing a mountain and retrieving an egg from the big bird, and you weren't allowed to eat or Garv wasn't allowed to eat or drink throughout this entire trip.
So we made our way to Sesame Street.
So,
I was 2 seconds behind you.
With some ingenuity between spells, Scythus conjuring some giant owls to help fly and kind of cut the travel time in half, you managed to get there pretty damn quickly. You went into the bird's nest, after avoiding all of the encounters that I planned, and then found not only 3 eggs but also a baby bird in this giant nest made of ship debris. Upon picking up 2 of the eggs, placating the baby bird with some trail rations, however, its mother did hear its yelps, and you were soon approached by a rock. Through some quick thinking from River, the rock managed, you abjured enemy on the rock, meaning it couldn't get closer to you, so it just hung there, or hovered there, flapping its wings, waiting. In the meantime, you guys grabbed the eggs. A few of you began descending down the mountain on either bat back, or as a giant snake on the back of a bat, or as a raven in Nem's case, or in Garv and Marcella's case, very slowly with a feather fall and Poirot clutching onto them. There was a mid-air combat between the guys in the rock, but you managed to get away with one of the rock eggs and go back to the hill giant tribe to collect the spoils of your trial. Garv was blessed with a new charm, named after the leader or the god of the hill giants, and a feast, a very resplendent large feast, was had by all. After this, you guys went towards the outpost that held the information towards the sunken ship Blackbeard has asked you to recover. On the way, you ran in with some of your crew members, Wisp, Mischief, and Zane, who you had sent to previously scout out said outpost, and they were running in fear for their lives, as they said that there was death, destruction, and the place had been torn asunder. You found exactly that when you got to the outpost, seeing that the buildings had been completely demolished, the tower pulled down, and the body of a strange, fiendish dog lay dead and dissolving in the centre of the courtyard. After searching the Midas bodies, one sprung to life with a gasp that Garv immediately killed. And you managed to find not only a secret entrance down to some kind of subterranean layer, but Scythus also managed to find a note saying that the information had been moved into the city of Port Royal and was being looked after by High Watcher Brugh, the leader of the ground forces of Midas. Curiosity getting the better of you guys, you descended down into the lair, wanting to kill some Midas bastards, and found yourselves instead presented with a rather devilish looking interior and cult members in robes. After a quickish and loud fight, you interrogated one of the cult members and found that there are some connections between Midas and the Nine Hells. How far these connections go, you are not too sure, but they are there. After interrogating this orcish cult gentleman and Garv sucking out and eating his eye, you heard...
Hey, now, I wasn't the one that cut off his toes, which I
didn't
think...
cut off his toe, I cut off his toenail.
None of you killed him.
No.
No, I ate his boot.
You
His shoe, that
heard
That was metal as
the
fuck.
heavy footfalls of something coming towards you from the east.
Did you eat it off his foot?
No, I didn't want to get a boner on the stream.
God damn it. You saw before you a female figure in thick black and red plate armour. You see now as she has just stepped towards you, these large red feathered wings sticking out from her back, kind of tucked in behind her, and this large horned helmet made of the similar black iron. You see a very beautiful face, and you see various things hanging from her belt. You see a long sword, as well as a rope that she seems to be kind of like grabbing, kind of pulling at. You see a tome hanging from her belt, as well as a ring of keys amongst the other trinkets and flasks that are kind of strapped around her. Flanking her on either shoulder are these two impish creatures, fluttering their wings with these long kind of stinger and barbed tails. As she approached you, she called out, played with the idea of you guys being down here, and that's where we pick up. So you see yourself 20 feet away from this woman. You see as she's fiddling with this rope, she draws this long sword out, kind of inspects it a little bit and says, "So, You've come down here. I see you have 2 options before you. You can surrender and join us. Or I can knock you all out here, put you into captivity. You can die and join us anyway.
I'm going to choose option 3 and I open fire.
Cool. We roll initiative.
Give us an option 3, Jamie.
I picked it.
Elliot,
Oh,
you were Jaegering
Yeah.
me last time, weren't you?
Yes.
Have you marked off my spell slots?
Yes, I have. You used a 1st and a 3rd level, I believe.
Yeah, I haven't used. I haven't got any HP. Well, my
You didn't
HP
take any-
Yeah, I didn't take any
Nope.
damage.
he was very caring.
You
for
were you were
Thank
quite
you.
far away from the main fight because you're slow as fuck.
And you don't need to see things to hit things with meteors.
Yeah.
I rolled well in initiative, but have no plan.
I don't have a plan in the
Cool.
sense that I never have a plan.
Cythus.
7 for Scythus, 13 for Nem.
13 for Nem. Mustela.
14.
14.
Full
River.
22.
22 for River.
Not bad, not bad.
21.
24.
24.
Oh.
7.
Len Goodman.
Same Cythus. Cool. So,
Link.
Hell
up first,
yeah.
you see as she is stood about 20 feet away from you.
Oh, fuck.
This long rope in one hand and her longsword in the other, kind of just waiting, a slight smirk on her face.
So does my shot go off?
No, because she was fully aware that everyone was
Okay.
here and ready for combat.
What did you say? She had a sword and a.
She has a long sword in one hand made of the same kind of like black iron, and a rope in the other.
Does it look like a whip, or is it literally just a rope?
It's a length of rope, and you can see on the end of it there's this kind of like barbed kind of almost like something that would be used like grapple onto something.
Oh no.
To hold it in place.
The
While
voice
you're
entirely
up
goes to
first.
shit.
So-
Hi, Millie.
Hello. So,
Hey.
I am going to use my bonus action to do my cool new aim ability
Nice.
that rogues can do now.
So you kind of get ready, kind of aim your gun towards her.
Cool. So bonus action, do that. Bonus action, I make my cloak billow. And then I'm going to do a power shot, which means I take away my proficiency, but double it to the damage.
Cool.
Not bad. 20, non-natural. On her.
That would hit. However, she's going to use her reaction to parry. You see as the bullet comes up, she brings the sword up and just parries the bullet out of the air. You see as a spark flashes off her sword.
Oh,
and she
that
just
was
looks at you.
badass.
Oh, that was really
That was
cool.
really cool.
Oh shit.
Bullet like cut in half.
Kills
Kills
the
the
two.
I'm counting it as 2.
Elliot, at the top of my sheet, you've marked 4 tallies. Do you know what that is?
That is how many meteorites I've used
And I've
out
still
of the
got
6. So you've still got
something
2
around me.
going
Oh,
around.
sick. I've got a section for that just for future that says meteors on here
Okay.
at the bottom.
Oh, fucking.
Your sheet is
Burn.
chaotic. So
Yeah.
It's got a giant pickle Elliot on it. It's not.
Yeah.
That was the least of our
Who
concerns.
Jaegered me when I wasn't here?
Elliot.
Also me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just have 415 written in it.
Oh, that's how much EXP you got from that session, maybe? If it's underneath your
And it says
XP, yeah.
plus 400 EXP up here.
It's alright, it doesn't matter.
No,
Oh, that's gold
Might
then.
be gold.
There's nothing else I can do. I kind of spent everything
Parries
there.
the bullet. Up next is River.
Oh, hello. I would like to cast Divine Favour.
Cool.
So that for the next 10 rounds of combat, my weapon deals an extra d4 radiant damage, or any weapon attack
Nice.
deals an extra d4 radiant
Is that a
damage.
concentration?
It is.
Safe.
So I look forward to getting smacked a lot.
Cool.
That's my bonus action. Do I just go in for a hit? Yeah, fuck it, why not? Oh no. No, I'm going to do the thing where I get advantage on all my attacks. Which one's that one? Vow of Empathy
Valor empathy.
on her,
Nice.
which is my main action.
She's kind of like this light energy kind of marks her.
Cool. And yeah, I'm just going to be prepping. I'm ready now.
Cool.
Has anyone got up close to it yet?
No.
Up next is the Erinyes.
We're about to.
Aaron?
Oh
She's got a hook on string.
Do we have a marching order here?
Yeah, we
yes, it was
do.
marked on there from where you were at the end of the last stream.
I don't remember what the key is. Red, orange,
light,
light blue.
Yeah. Light blue is Garv, red is River, orange is Fuaro, dark blue is Cythus, purple is Nem, and yellow is Mustela.
So
Yeah. So it's Fuara's right at the front. No,
No,
River's
Nem-
right at the front.
River then me,
Then
then
you,
you,
basically.
What for the sake of combat engagement as well, this corridor is 5 foot wide. You can probably stand 2 abreast
Okay.
at,
Nice.
at there.
Cool.
So like you couldn't like in a corridor you probably couldn't surround.
Cool.
Unless something allows you to. I don't know.
Unless someone was small enough to pass through other people's squares.
You see as she
I love Harlequins.
stands back, kind of brings up the longsword, and waits.
Oh.
Next is Mustela.
Has she just waited?
Yeah, is she looking at anyone in particular, or just
No,
like...
she's just kind of like eyeing you all up. She pays a bit more attention to you, kind of feeling that you've marked her, but she just kind of assesses you, and she brings the sword up and waits.
Wait for me to run onto that sword.
Yeah, I don't want to go first.
So it's her, and then are there two behind her?
There's two imps like hovering about where her shoulders are.
Okay.
I've disarmed you by lodging your sword in my person.
Has Mustela ever seen an imp before in his life? Ever read about them, maybe?
Make a religion check.
Yeah. That's poor. Nah, 6.
No, you've heard like the tales of them, but you've never seen one or particularly read into it.
Okay. I'm going to then, first of all, bonus action. The 2 remaining meteors that I've got are going to go each one to each one of them.
Cool. What damage is it? Bludgeoning.
No, it's fire, I believe.
Cool. You see as the 2 explode, no effect on any of them.
She's not on her either.
Not on her, not on any of the imps. You see as the fire kind of like reads around, and you just see as it clears, just a bigger smirk runs across her face.
Immune?
They are all immune to fire.
That's disgusting. Well,
Can we rewind like an hour and do anything else?
Where was the last save point?
Before this dungeon.
Please to God.
That didn't go
Callum,
so
tell me
well.
you're not using the book that turns all your magic into fire.
No.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna
Not anymore.
cast blur.
Cool. You see as it, your image begins to double.
That one song by Blur starts playing.
Which one?
Everyone's stationaried up.
I'm
Is
gonna
Part Life
get
Blur?
it from my Part Life is
Yeah.
Blur.
There you go.
Which is why I was quite excited that you said that one song, because Blur have a number of songs, Jamie.
They got that one.
Yeah, they got Part Life and then Song 2, which is so aptly named.
True.
No, I'm kidding. I actually really like Blur. There are a lot of Blur songs that I like.
Do you know where the dice
Coffee
hole is?
Interlude.
Yep.
No, Interlude.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Where did that come from?
Nem.
The void. Right, Nem is going to ask for a rubber. Thank you.
Luckily, I just got them all out
Yeah.
for such an occasion.
So she's going to. Yes. Luckily, we're in England. So that is bonus action Hex on the Erinias, and that's dis on strength checks.
Cool.
And she's then going to launch 2 Eldritch Blasts at the imp on the left shoulder.
Cool.
Okay. The lowest is 13.
Both hit.
Excellent news. So that's
Both in the same impy boy.
yeah.
Bye.
Just try and get rid of one. She adds, is it her charisma
She
to
does
these?
indeed.
So that's 9 and 8, 17 damage to the imp.
Because the imp on the left shoulder just kind of begins to fall. As it gets like halfway through falling, it just bursts into flame.
Bye, Felicia. Nem will just look happy that she killed something for now and stay where she is. In fact, well, actually, no, she'll just move to the back of the queue. I
She's
think
pretty much at the back already. I
and
think.
she will stay where she is.
Cool. Up next, Seth, you hear
Oh, God.
footsteps.
I don't want to.
You don't see anything, but you hear footsteps coming from down this corridor. You kind of glance, and it seems like you can probably ascertain that some people are coming up to flank you. What would their movement be? If we stand at 30, so...
Blade Ward is so shit.
Is it?
It's a whole action.
You see, actually, as they get to
Yeah, no, it isn't great.
this tile here,
Yeah.
as a group
I see that.
Yeah, I didn't.
of... Oh, no, you don't. You'd hear it.
I hear it.
And they could... Well, you know what they are now. I'd say whoever's at the back would be able to see someone.
Stella, I guess.
Yeah, Mustela and Nem.
You see as a group of 8 cultists just begin coming up, drawing these daggers from their robes. At the very back are 2 of the cult fanatics in the better kind of garb, kind of coming up, kind of blocking your escape. That's their turn to get there, though. Up next is Garv and Scythus.
You want this?
Actually, yeah, I will go first on this one. I'm going to use my last wild shape and become a giant constrictor snake.
Nice.
I don't have my book with me.
Another bit at the start of Infinity War where Tony's like stretching and he goes like, "Hey Ben, are you want a piece?"
Yeah.
That is exactly what Garth.
I was thinking the same thing, yeah.
Hey Scientist, you want a piece?
No, but when do I get the
Try-
choice?
You're embarrassing me in front of the handless captain.
Still stretching and praying.
So
Hey Mastella, that's the wizard.
bonus action, Snacker Boy, and then gonna go up to the Arenian to
Cool.
the devil.
As soon as you get within 5 feet of her,
that
her
makes sense.
held action goes off. First of all, you see as she throws the rope up. As it does, it gets a mind of its own and shoots down the corridor for you, Mastella.
Sick.
Could you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
I like that.
Dex save.
He was at the back. That managed to snake through all of us. That was impressive.
15.
15. You see as it goes and tries to like constrict up around you, but you manage to just kind of like step out of the way and it kind of is in the place where you just were, and then it kind of goes up and stays kind of near the ceiling. It seems to be alive almost.
How high is this room?
Good question.
It is a good question.
Yeah.
About
About 4 bongs in.
about 11 feet.
Sweet. I can touch the
I
roof.
like that.
You can indeed. And then her one attack she gets because she used the rope is going to be on you, Scythus.
AC 12. Approximately hits.
That's a nat 20.
That might be insta. I've lost my snake.
That's a rut row.
I hate it when that
I
happens.
know.
1 in 5, I hear.
Inspiration.
Thank you. I'm gonna need it.
The snakes have resistances to anything or immunities to anything.
Yeah, funnily enough, they're immune to all damage from Arenius.
Shit.
Wow.
It's strange how that works. I
Good
think-
choice,
yeah.
honestly.
No, they are resistant to nothing.
What kind of apple are you dealing with there, Kane?
Oh, there's a lot of dice.
Raven? Was there a joke coming?
No.
I felt severely threatened by that question. No one ever just go, kind of apple we got there, Kane? Like, if I said pink
That'll
lady,
be
you just
56 points of
eviscerate me.
damage. Both slashing and poison.
You
As
said Granny Smith,
you see, in the same motion as she throws up this this constricting rope towards you, she brings the sword around, just cuts straight across the snake, and not only does it cut, it burns as this poison just seeps into your system.
I got 4 hit points left as the snake.
How many was that?
That was 56.
That was 56 points of damage from.
That was a crit.
That
though,
was a
to be
crit,
fair.
but still, that's disgusting.
Snakes are pretty big, also.
Yeah.
60 HP is more
Ow.
more basic.
Yeah, I'm still gonna try and constrict her.
Nope.
Nah, probably not. Yeah, 14.
No, that is a miss. So as she cuts across you, she then kind of uses the blade, kind of pushes it into you, and moves back, forcing herself backwards as you try to wrap up around her. But she's just very agile. For instantly, you can kind of see that she's very, despite the heavy armor, is very light on her feet and seems to be very well trained in combat.
Okay. That's a bad
That's
miss.
better than all of us then. Oh, totally.
Yeah. I've got nothing else that I can do.
Cool.
Garth.
Go.
2 questions. How far away is she?
20 feet.
That's ideal. And is she still holding the rope?
No, she's not. The rope is now like above Mastella.
Right. Okay then.
Eat it.
Blessed Fulmar, your fury reigns upon my foes. Your wisdom guides my hand, and allow the storm to encompass all. And to rage. And
Could you also make a, assuming you're moving and attacking, could you make a strength check for me, please?
yeah, sure.
This is the C. You've got advantage.
I
If
do.
you're raging. This is the C. If the handless dwarf impedes you at all.
Just straight strength
Yeah.
check. A 12.
So you manage to you're kind of used to him kind of being there now, so he doesn't cost you any extra movement to move.
Cool.
You're essentially dragging him along behind you.
In what regard?
Will you message me earlier?
Oh, it's nothing to do with this.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, sweet. I will run up to this devilish-looking lass and
Why don't you let him do that? It's pretty good, isn't it?
You're a nice apple.
No, I'm not going to reckless attack. I'm just going to standard attack. That's nice. That's going to be 27 to hit.
That does indeed hit.
Cool. That is because I also moved the 20 foot. Can she make me a strength saving throw, please?
She can indeed. What's the DC?
13.
That's 11.
Ooh.
Hey!
Cool beans. That's good for my next attack. So it's an extra D8 of damage as well.
Hey, do you remember what phase I was in at the end of last session?
The last one of the 3. That could have been.
That's fine.
Pretty alright.
6, 14, 21 damage total
Nice.
Please.
on that hit. And then I have advantage because she's now prone, right?
Yeah, you see as you run up and just smash her. You see as she's actually knocked off, the wings go up and feathers begin to drop, and she just heavily lands on her back.
Should have let you go first.
Glad it was advantage. That's going to be 25 to hit.
That hits.
Sweet. It's not the extra D8 of damage. And it's not terrible. That is going to be add another 6 and 1 because plus 1 weapon. That's going to be a further 13 damage on top of that. How far did I have to move?
20 feet.
Cool.
Please stay with me.
Yeah, I'll stay where I am.
Nice. Up next is the remaining imp. You see as it kind of like looks around it. Vanishes from sight.
It's gone.
Back,
No, we win.
back to the top is Fwaro.
Aha, you're alone! Right, she is
Prone.
there.
apparently.
Oh, she's prone.
Yeah, I just proned her.
I won't shoot her then. Because I'd be at dis.
How does it? You have double advantage.
Nothing.
Nothing.
It just, doesn't stack.
I also did not tell anyone that people were coming.
Nope, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Shame that.
Oops.
Alright, I'll run up and give her a stab.
Cool. You would need to fly to get to the other side of her, because currently right in front of her are Snakey and Garth.
I've done more impressive feats.
Yep, so you quite easily just
Over I
narrowly
go.
over. And basically the three of you now got off.
Advantage?
Yes, because she's prone.
Thank God, it's barely any fucking better. Plus that, 14.
That misses.
Okay, then I'll take it.
Did you go to jam down? You see she just brings the sword up and just, even on her back, just
No, the
parries
poison
the
damage.
blade away.
Okay, then I guess I'll shoot her anyway while she's down.
Nice.
I'm at point blank. How's this working out?
With the feet you have, aren't you? Doesn't that negate the disadvantage within close range?
It does, yeah.
Oh, it's the prone.
Yeah, and
thing.
It's the prone
so
that's the issue.
An attack roll against the creature has advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature. Otherwise, the attack roll has dis.
I am.
You actually have advantage. Yeah.
Sick one, boys. It's still not great. Only 16.
That also misses.
Damn.
So as you fire it, just after she parries the first thing, it just kind of hits her in the breastplate, but it just sparks off.
Oh, damn. It's one of them sessions again.
Can I get to her?
You could try and like move through Garv and Scythus. I'd probably make like a acrobatics check just to see if you can get through, because that area now is crowded. But if you manage to, you'll essentially have Scythus and Garv one side, and then you and Fwaro the other.
Climb the walls.
Oh, I can just climb the wall.
Also, with your passive hearing as well, you would hear the people from behind.
Yeah, I don't have advantage on every attack
True.
against them.
True.
3 attacks at my disposal.
Yeah, I suppose you could also climb to get up over.
Yeah? Can I
Yeah.
scale the wall and then leap at her?
Yeah, you could quite easily just scale the wall, get around. So yeah, essentially you guys have got a completely flanked now.
Yeah. Cool. I get up on her, I look her in the eyes and pull the helmet down, and then I'm just going to do 3 attack rolls.
Nice.
As the helmet comes down, the hat also comes up.
Oh yeah, and then obviously no this hat today. I have a tongue. That's a
That's real good.
26
Yeah.
to hit.
Nice.
Cool, and I will divine smite that as well at 2nd level, which is
3d8.
So I'm just getting everything out as much as I
That's
can. 3d8 plus an extra d8 because she's a fiend.
Indeed.
So that's 1, 2, 3,
And the extra damage you have for that spell as well.
5 plus a d4 radiant damage.
That's a
Nice.
That's a tasty amount of dice.
Yeah,
to roll.
that's
2 more attacks to go.
That's nice. While you're rolling there, did we have a short rest between the rock trial and this?
You got a long rest.
We had a long
Yeah,
rest.
long
It's been a couple of days, I think.
I wasn't here, I would have changed my spell list back from Featherfall to Thunderwave. Would I? Is that okay?
Yeah,
or-
sure.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's only first level, so.
That's 21 on that hit.
Nice.
I'll do my extra attack, also with advantage. It's not great. 14.
Misses.
Cool. And then bonus attack will go in again with my rapier. 20.
That would hit. She's got a reaction back, so she's gonna use her reaction to parry it.
Dang it.
So you see as the first one jams into her side, this divine light pours down, and you see as it kind of sizzles and burns, and she, bitch! As you kind of pull out, go for the second one, you see as she kind of rolls out the way to the side, as the third one's kind of going for her face, she just brings her gauntlet up, like catches the blade and throws it back, throws it up back at you.
Oh god, I thought she threw my sword away and I was like,
No.
nothing.
It just kind of forces it back up at you.
Cool.
Cool, that's you.
That is everything I can do other than... How much movement will I use to get there?
Probably like, with climbing as well, I'd say like 35.
Yeah, I'll just stay on her.
Cool. Her go. She stands up, kind of takes in around her, looks at you, and is going to make her first attack on you, beginning that you are a source of divine fury.
Yep.
So long sword attack, that is a 23.
Yeah, it hits.
Cool. So
Sorry,
it's
guys.
going to be...
It'll be fine.
I should really keep the dice I use for her damage like at the ready, really, shouldn't I? That'd be the smart thing to do.
That doesn't sound very nifty of you, Dan.
Yeah, at that point.
I don't know. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
After
stream.
years, Tom.
So, we've done a very good job, I think.
Yeah.
29 points of damage, both slashing and poison. And she comes up and just with the first strike, slashes across you.
Yep.
Could you make a con save for the that spell you got up, the Divine Favour?
What's the DC amount?
It'd be 12. Oh wait, what did I say it was? 20...
29. No.
29, so it'd be DC 15.
Cool, and it's
Con
con
save.
plus cool, and I get advantage because of my feet.
Safe.
19 plus whatever.
So you find you managed to keep it
How
up.
do you figure out the con save on that?
It's,
It's always half the damage you take or 10, whichever's higher.
Oh, okay.
Second attack she's going to do against you as well,
Yeah.
which is a non-natural 20,
Shame.
which is going to be a further 21 points of damage.
Con save 11.
Cool.
Another con save.
Yeah, con save.
At least you got
This is fun,
advantage.
isn't it?
Nice.
12 plus whatever. Yeah, I did it.
Cool.
It's fine.
You see she brings the blade around twice, slashes, use the momentum to spin around and come forward towards you, Garth. You didn't reckless attack, did you?
I did not know.
Cool. That's going to be a... That's only a 12 for that one. So you kind of see this kind of telegraph that she comes back around and you just bring up the haft and just kind of block her sword. She kind of lands, kind of looks around, uses a bonus action and commands the rope to ensnare you again. Could you make another dex save, please?
Wow.
Yeah, that is
Impressive in many regards.
Unfortunately, it's flat, but it's also on top of all my other dice.
Well, you
If
re-roll
it,
that.
if it was a 20, you would have counted it.
Yeah, I
So-
would have done. So
You re-roll ones anyway, so
do re-roll
you're a
ones.
halfling.
No, that's poor 7.
You see as the rope kind of comes up around you, but it doesn't entangle you. Instead, it nooses around your neck and goes taut, and immediately drags you. You see as
That's
it,
punk.
you see as it drags
Marcella's like, yeah, this is
Mustela
cool.
5, 10, 15, 20 feet around the corner by his neck as it just kind of like clutching at legs kicking. What's your con mod?
Can I use my reaction to try and grab the rope? Is it above?
It's like,
away?
it's like 20 feet behind you.
+1.
Plus 1. You've got 2 rounds until you start suffocating.
Sick.
As it just kind of like drags Mustela around the corner. Up next is Mustela.
Drag him.
Have I been dragged around the corner to where the cultists were?
Not where the cultists were. You
Different corner.
got dragged by, saw them, and then got dragged from the other.
Oh, wait!
Oh, an enemy! Oh.
Is there no one around me now? This
What
is...
cube of area?
Yeah, I mean, I had really planned out what I was about to do next, and that's really
Sorry.
thrown a loop around that and dragged it 20 feet around the corner.
Hey.
No, fuck, I don't know, man. Can I try and like break free of this? Is that
Yep,
like
it's an action to try and break free.
Yeah, I'll make that action.
So make a strength check.
Oh, goody.
Nice.
Nice, 18.
Yeah, so you manage to kind of force your way out of it. You seize it again, coils up and goes to the ceiling as you kind of break free from it, but you're prone on the floor and kind of get a big inhale of breath once more.
Okay, and I'm going to run around the corner to where those cultists were, if I may.
Yeah, so you can.
I
So
can
if you
move
stand up,
25 feet.
so yeah, you'd be able to move a further yeah, you'd just be able to get. You'd better get there and like see them like
How close are they to me?
15 feet away. The first ones are 15 feet away, but there are how much did I say? There are 8 of them, and then 2 fanatics at the back as well.
10 boys.
Ready. It seems silly now, but because I was blurred, should the rope have been at some sort of disadvantage to choke me?
because it's a deck save rather than an attack roll.
Yeah, fair enough. In that case, I am going to.
Just while you decide that, I forgot to add the +4 from my weapon to
Oh, cool. So just an extra
damage.
4.
So there should be an extra 4 damage on that.
Cool.
Should
Alright,
be 25, not 21.
For haste, do you need to be able to see the target?
What does the spell say?
I've only got an abbreviation.
I believe you do.
I'll find out.
Yeah, choose a willing creature you can see within range.
Can I see Gav?
Last one.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, cool.
Bing.
Anyone like some water?
Quick and spell.
I
Haste.
feel powerful.
So you see these cultists in front of you
thank
kind of turn and then Gav, you feel as you get quicker. You feel as your AC goes up, whatever AC is. Yeah. Cool. Up next is Nem.
Nem is going to think to herself, oh, she really should have thought about what she was going to do. The lady is still hexed, yeah?
She is indeed.
But
She
she
does
stood
have-
up.
She stood up. I would say she has partial cover because she's currently between Nem and her is Garv and a giant snake.
I mean, yeah, I mean, when you want to put it like that.
She is only medium. This little band.
Fair. Right, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine, just a medium. Doing 56 fucking damage to a snake, that's fine. Nem is going to go towards Mastella.
Cool.
And look down that corridor.
Certainly sees all the cultists there.
And just starts loosing Eldritch Blasts at them.
Cool. Same, both the same one or different ones? Or do you want to do them one at a time?
I'll do them one at a time.
Hits.
Nice. 6 damage to one cultist.
Still standing.
That's
Wow.
20 to a different one.
Cool.
So that's
10.
14.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it max damage it would normally do?
So it's
Max damage
dice.
roll.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
10.
Max on the dice.
10 plus another 10.
Oh!
24 to
That cultist.
He's so dead.
yeah,
You
to
just kind of loose this Eldritch Blast
what is one and then to a different
as
one
he
to the
just
other.
tumbles to the floor.
So there's one that's still taking damage
Yeah.
and there's one that just
He is indeed.
melted.
See as a
You see
flock
him
of
clutching
ravens
his
carry
chest.
him off.
Cool. Up next are the cult fanatics who can't do anything from where they are.
Good.
But then up next are the cultists who are
There's
going
only
to
6 of them now though.
they're going to move on up to Nem and Mastella. However, as I said, you can only stand 2 abreast here, so only 2 of them are going to get to go.
Good.
Which is I did save their page. That's useful. So the first one's going to try and stab at Nem as he attacked her, which is going to be a miss with a 9. Second one's going to do the same thing, which is a hit with an 18.
Boo.
Nem takes a total of 3 points of slashing damage.
Boo.
And can she make a con save for Hex, please?
No.
Hex drops. Up next are Garv and Scythus.
I preview.
Sweet.
Feels you're hasted, quicker, full
Oh,
of anger and
Harder.
food.
Better. Faster.
Uh-oh.
Stronger.
Full of anger and food?
No, the opposite. He feels a need for food.
yeah.
He's got
I'm
the-
hungry
Don't feel full.
for both blood and noms.
And words.
Yeah, bugger it.
Do you get advantage for being hasted or anything of the like?
It's an extra action for being hasted. It's advantage on,
Then
an advantage on dex.
I'll
saves.
go first because if I go first and hit, you get advantage regardless.
Oh.
Yeah, gonna try and constrict. Better. 16.
Misses. unfortunately.
Fucking fuck me, I fucking guess.
Again, as you lash out, you see as she just like puts her hand up, kind of grabs almost the body of the snake, and despite her like quite not frail but like a thin frame, this lady's really strong, stronger than she looks, and she just you see as she shoves this entire snake just back into the place where it was as it leaps for her.
I'm gonna spend a bonus action to use a 3rd level spell slot to heal 3d8s.
Cool.
4, 9, 10. Better than nothing.
I've been playing sorcery points wrong for a very long time.
Oh.
Where am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What? How?
Didn't realise Quicken Spell was 2 sorcery points.
What did you
Didn't
think?
realise Twin. I thought it was 1. And I didn't realise Twin Spell was an equal number of sorcery points to the spell you're casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been just doing that as 2 every time. That's terrible.
Nice.
That explains a lot about Mygan.
No, it doesn't.
You can get a lot of spells off real quick.
Mike was a level 20 character.
We were also playing all those characters slightly
Yeah.
wrong.
That's also very true.
Yeah, sorry, this just kind of feels bad.
You see this energy kind of washes over the snake, and the wound closes a little bit.
That's good. Is it good?
I mean, it's only got me 10 back, but
I'm going to move 20 feet back.
Cool.
she used a reaction to parry.
But she's had her go since then as
Yep.
well, so she got it back. But no, she's not going to strike. You see, she goes to move as if to strike towards you, but then kind of thinks better of it and goes into a stance.
That's fine. And then I will, run and back and do a reckless attack.
Cool.
That's pretty tasty. That is going to be 24 to hit.
That's it.
Cool.
But she cannot parry that.
So that's going to do a nice bit. Oh, can you make a strength save for me as well,
She can
please?
indeed. So I fail with a 9.
Nice. 10, 17, add 7, so 24 damage on that first attack. Damn, I wish I hadn't reckless now, but oh well. That's going to be 23 to hit.
That's does hit, yes.
Cool. It's going to be 12, 14, 15 damage on that one. And then my hasted attack.
God.
The best.
That could be a lot better. Yeah, that's only 16 to hit.
That misses. So as the first one knocks her on her ass, you bring the hammer down, slam on her breastplate. As you bring it back up, you see as she kind of brings the hands over with the sword, and it kind of catches the hammer, kind of comes down near her face, and she pushes it back up.
Cool. And then, is there anyone else apart from her within 10 feet of me? That's not me. Cool. Then just her. She takes 2 lightning damage.
Does indeed.
Dressed as my t-shirt, can you tell?
Nice.
Yeah, and then I'm going to move another 20 feet away from her.
Cool. She is going to use her reaction at that point to
Cool.
make a swing at you, which would be a regular roll. Yeah, she'll do it.
My AC is 18 at the moment.
That's
as well.
a hit. It's a natural 19 on the dice.
Dang.
So that's going to be 9 points of slashing damage, half to 5,
Cool.
and then 6 points of poison damage.
Cool. So 11 damage total.
Um,
Lol, I'm on 69 health.
cool. Is that you?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Up next is the imp. The imp is going to reappear from invisibility next to you, Faro. It's having advantage on the strike as it does, which is a +5, so 18 to hit, which it does.
That smashes me good.
You take 6 points of piercing damage, and can you make a con save for me, please?
Probably.
As the thing just appears and just jabs you in this neck with this barbed tail that it has.
Con save?
Yes.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Get fucked, imp.
So you take half damage.
Oh,
Get fucked confidence.
yeah.
I really feel
That's
like
a
natural
shit roll,
should
so that's
be
going to be
10.
4 points of damage total. We did do that when we first started playing, but then we also did if nat 1s on saves you get crit damage, and it turned out to be very harsh.
Yeah, fair.
Cool, that's the imps go. Back to the top is Waro.
Hello. Cool. So she's down on the ground
She's prone, yeah.
at my feet.
Yeah.
Sick.
You're welcome. I say jogging away.
Thanks. Firstly, yeah, take a slashy slash. Fuck's
Oh,
sake, no,
damn,
that
dog.
misses. Take a shot.
That's
Nice.
better.
Yeah, that hits with 26.
That does hit.
Good. Ally within 5 feet.
I think you've
Yeah.
got 2 allies within 5 feet.
Sick. I believe I
Okay.
need to check the player's handbook. I believe I get 3 dice of sneak attack. Not bad.
Yeah, you do it 6th.
What?
You do get 3 at
Cool.
6th, yeah.
So that was 19 plus 3, so 22 damage to her.
Nice.
She's the shot kind of goes off, kind of like draws a line of red, kind of like across her cheek. You see as she's
All that for a drop of blood.
she's not looking great currently.
Right, that's all I can do.
How not great are we talking?
Cool. She's bloodied.
Nice, I like that.
River.
Okay, it's not gonna be a particularly exciting one. I'm gonna touch my hand to my chest and lay on hands myself as much as I
Nice.
can, because otherwise I'm going down. And I'm gonna drop my divine favor and swap it out for shield of faith.
Cool.
So my AC is now 20.
Nice.
Nice.
So you kind of do that. You see this holy energy kind of washes over you, and some of it remains, kind of guarding you and warding you against future attacks. Up next is the Erinyes. She is. She's not looking too great. You see, she kind of like looks around and goes, "Another day it is. Well fought." Looks over her shoulder about behind you, Faro, and disappears into smoke and reappears stood up 30 feet away.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
You don't, as it's a spell, technically. She kind of reappears. You see as one of her hand kind of throws open the book as it hangs from her side. She moves her hand over it, and she needs to make a percentile check. I'll do this in...
Anyone got a
She
counter
needs-
spell?
She needs 50 or lower.
Not today.
You see as this kind of like, these dark red runes begin to kind of appear and stack on top of each other. She kind of twists her hand and then they fizzle out. And she, shit! And then she is going to...
Panic.
Yes, that was her action, so she'll be...
What does she put her hand over, sorry?
A book.
Oh,
A book.
a book.
A book.
Book.
She, as she uses her walking speed to come up, goes up here, disappears from sight. And that's her. Up next is Mistella with these cultists all in front of you.
How far away did she teleport?
30 feet. It looked like a misty step kind of spell.
So how far away is that corner?
That corner from each square is 5 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20 is when it started. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So she walked like 10 feet and then disappeared.
It's like 50 feet to see around that corner?
Indeed.
That's enough.
So I've got all the cultists on my.
Yeah, you've got 2 right up against you and them, and you can see them just essentially queued up in front of you.
Okay.
About 80 feet as well.
That's nice, isn't it?
Let's
It's
fuck
nice,
her up.
nice of them to all group together in this corridor like
Oh
that.
yeah.
I'm going to bonus action Misty Step right into the middle of all of them.
Cool.
And I think you already know what's going to happen.
Underway.
Mistella's going
Mistella
to
kills himself.
I'm going, yeah,
I
I'm
don't find that so funny to me.
Mistella's going to.
You could get all the cultists bar 1, but that would also include the 2 cult fanatics as well. You just roll 3 1s.
3 that one.
On 5 dice, you rolled 3 1s.
Wow, that is real.
Ugh!
That's terrible.
Those dice are out for the day.
Disgusting.
So I can get all of the cultists bar 1, but if I do that, I will get the cult fanatics as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do that then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2.
This is an awful sign.
This is
Yeah,
not
I'll
good.
cast it at first just to be Just for brevity.
That's con saves, yeah?
I
know it is.
Yeah, it is a con.
DC?
My spell save DC.
It's 15, I believe.
Yeah, where is it?
It's in the same place your attack modifier is, at the bottom right-hand side of your character sheet.
Oh yeah, spell save 15. Yeah, you know
Oh.
the sheet better than I do.
I think I've played him most recently.
Cool. So from the regular cultists, there are 3 fails and 3 successes, and both the fanatics fail.
Sweet. Good.
What's the impact to?
Just fucking around near me.
Just stabbing for arrow.
Yeah, just-
Spend
stop!
2
Fuck
sorcery points to use one of my cosmic abilities.
Cool.
And one of the fanatics is now restrained until the end of my next turn.
Cool. I'll mark that.
And they all take 7 damage. It's a sock.
And the ones that failed are flung
great looking.
10 feet as a...
Yeah. Because we're in a corridor, would they hit the wall to take a bit of extra damage?
1 second, just do the maths. Oh wait, it was half for 3 of them, so it wouldn't have been 7, it would have been 4. Cool. You see some of them, are essentially like shuffle, kind of like pushed into well, it doesn't really do any extra damage because they're stood next to it anyway, but you see as they're kind of like pushed out, and you've now got a little bit of breathing space around you, but you see as they're all still standing.
Good. And yeah, that guy's restrained as well.
He is indeed. You see as this starlight energy kind of like washes around him, and he finds it hard to move.
Sweet. That's it.
Nem.
Yeah.
Nem now has 2 people on her because basically both of them have pushed them up the corridor away from where Marcella was. But neither of them are looking great.
Sick.
Could have been better.
What does she want to do?
Yeah, that's a cool ability. I like that.
What was it?
It's just part of my sorcery stuff. So
Just want to check something for poison
Physical
spray.
stuff. Sorry. It's 2 sorcery points, but it's pretty good.
That's good.
Right. She's got 2 people on her here, and they're both a bit mangled.
Wobbly.
She's just going to lift up her hand in front of one of them. Is one of them the one that she dealt with earlier?
Yes.
Yeah. She's going to lift up her hand right in front of his face and just poison spray him.
Nice.
That's a con save.
Fails with a 3.
That's 2 d12s.
Poison spray is probably the spell I'd like to cast on me the least. Like, there's some real nasty spells out there, but someone just come and go, nah, and like spray
20.
you with darkness.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, 20 poison damage.
You see he's
And
Yeah, poison spray would suck.
one of those are bonus
I
actions.
think there's a few that would I'd like less, like power word kill.
Can she bonus
That'd be
action
quick.
just like
You just kind of gone.
scratch the other one's throat?
Yeah,
I
she can,
guess.
yeah, it'd essentially be an unarmed attack. So
Yeah,
it'd
that's what I'm looking for.
be, yeah, so roll plus strength mod.
Nice.
Nope.
It's a solid 6.
Misses.
She just kind of
If
caresses him.
she goes to do it, just kind of like.
That's creepier.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
come here.
Especially when it's Nem as well.
Yeah.
Come to die.
Cool, that's them.
Okay.
Harry Potter.
Up next are the cultists and the cult fanatics. So 4 of them close in around Mastella, and 2 of them are going to go up to Nem. Or one's going to go up to Nem, including the ones on her. So the one's on Nem. That's 1 hit, which will be 5 points of slashing damage.
To Nem.
To Nem. She just cuts. And then 4 attacks on Mastella.
Banging.
Yes, kind of you.
Champion.
I should probably do these in order actually, because you're in Phase of the Stars currently, aren't you?
Yes.
Cool. First one is a hit. Second one is a crit fail.
Sick. After that one, I am teleporting out of there.
So you take 2 points of slashing of piercing damage as this dagger hits into you. Could you make a con save for the haste, please?
Yes. It's got to be 10, yeah?
Please pass this.
No. Haste is up forever.
Not an issue. So yeah, you kind of, where do you want to appear?
10 feet. Did the lady go down this corridor?
No, she went the corridor that
She's
she
miles
came
away
from
from you.
She went
I
down
don't know
this
where
corridor.
I am,
You're
sorry.
you're like here.
You wouldn't have even seen her leave at this stage.
Oh, okay. It doesn't really. I'll just teleport 10 feet to the other
Towards
side
them.
of them. Yeah, towards
Cool.
them.
So you kind of appear back just behind them, out of the range of the other cultists, and they can't get to you, so they can't do anything.
You tag this
Thank
now.
you. That
Can they
ability,
get to
then.
Nem?
I would have taken
no,
so
because it's
much
a
more
5 point
damage
corridor,
if I
and the
had
2
all
moved
that.
up to her. So
One died.
Okay.
Oh no,
yeah,
two
yeah.
moved
So
up to
someone
attack.
filled
Yeah.
up, filled
Cool.
its place. Yeah. So up next
Aha.
is Garv and Cyphus.
Fuck, you go first.
Cool. I've got 80 foot of movement currently.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna. It's because I moved 20 foot back. It's 70 feet to get to the end of the corridor.
Yep.
I'll bust through the door.
Cool. You see the doors open. Feel free to erase that if you like.
Ooh!
Somebody
Somebody
competent.
do it.
Yay!
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it's a.
How much?
How much am I allowed to erase?
You zoom out by doing that.
Pinch it. Pinch
Got
it
it.
louder.
Pinch it, Chewy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much?
I hate
How many
what you just
cubes?
said.
So I mean, you can keep erasing that way if you want until it comes to something different.
Do I see her at all?
You do not know.
There you
Cool.
go.
Then I'm going to use my action to dash. So I've got another 80
Going?
foot on top of that.
Yes.
And I'll keep running down the corridor.
Cool. So
Right.
so
We
80 feet from the door, we'll say.
Easier
I technically have 90 foot.
The
from the
map
door.
wants to
Yeah,
show
right,
the
but-
map.
There we
Okay,
go.
cool.
Oh.
You do a thing then.
Ooh,
This is a really good
Rotate. Oh, everything's going. There we
there
go.
it is.
Just
Well
trying
done,
to
Dan.
See if
This
it,
is
see if it
fantastic.
works
So
more than anything.
So you just drew the map
1,
in the colour
2,
over
3,
it, right?
4, 5, 6, 7.
That's. Are they 10? Is that 10 or 5?
It's
That's
5 feet per square.
So that's another 35 feet to get to this corner.
Yep.
Do I see her yet?
So that is. So no, you can rub out again because there's stuff you can see. So you see a corridor going off that way, and also a corridor going down from where you would appear as well.
Can I, because she's wearing armour, would I be able to hear where she's running at all?
Make a perception check.
Excuse me.
Gosh, she's so far.
Nope.
You don't. There's
Yeah,
also,
inspiration.
there's
Oh,
also
no,
a corridor
sorry,
going
no.
south as well that you
The
can
corridor
rub
going
out that you'd be able to see.
Oh, we
that.
can see this one.
Just keep
Oh, God, can.
going down
So
until you get to the door. Yeah. So you can see that, and you can't see her.
God
You
damn it.
can't hear which way she has gone.
Fuck. Excuse me.
Pardon you.
That was good.
Thanks.
I liked it.
So I've still got 45 foot of movement left. I'm at this corner currently.
Well, you'd have to be there to be able to have seen that.
Yes. Oh, okay, yeah, so...
40, 45, 50. So you've got 30 feet of movement left.
Cool. And so I can't see her down this corridor at all.
Can't see her down either. You remember that she not only can run, but she also has wings herself.
Yeah. But can she move 160 feet?
Possibly.
But she did use her action. Does this door at the end of this corridor look open?
Cute.
No, it doesn't.
Look at
No,
us.
I'm going to keep going down the original corridor then.
Cool.
Not going to split off. Do I see down this corridor when I pass it?
Yeah, so you go up there until it gets to the door.
Does that door look open?
Nope.
No. So it was 45 to there, 50, 55, 60. I've got 20 foot left. Yeah, I'll go up to this next junction, and that'll be 5, 10, 15, and that'll be the end of my movement.
Is that a room or is that a corridor?
Oh, I didn't mean to
No, it's not a room.
rub that bit out.
Can
but
we use? Does this work as pen?
It doesn't matter.
There's undo in the top there. We're trying new things, folks. So
We hope it's kind of working for you. It sort of is.
Oh, yeah.
Do I see her down either of these corridors?
No.
Well, fuck.
I don't like that. I really wanted to kill her.
Just
How far do you
real
move?
quick,
160,
just check at the
120?
ceiling.
140.
140 back. Even I can't keep up.
140.
I'm the fastest thing on wings.
I could. Yeah.
Make a straight intelligence check for me.
12.
Not sure how far she is capable of moving. I was going to give you like a ballpark. But
I've still got another action and a bonus action because of haste, so fucking hell.
Dash again.
Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. Dash again. That's another 80 feet.
It's a speedy Garth.
Yeah.
Um,
My favourite mount.
can I see at the top of this corridor if this door has been opened?
It has not. No.
Has not been opened.
What?
Speaking of that,
He's not alive anymore.
Not allowed
He's
anymore.
pretty morally dubious.
Yeah.
Much like Garth. But for different reasons.
Go south or north?
I think I'm going to go south. So
I don't think I've ever watched Speedy Gonzales enough to
I'll go down to this slightly chunkier bit of the corridor.
Is that room 32?
know what
Yes.
bad about it. 32.
He's 32.
That's
So
another.
as that is a open space, you see a kind of tapestries on the wall, but you kind of charge through without taking them in.
Cool. So that's another 10 foot. We'll go diagonally down there, so that's 15, 20,
My favourite dish of taco.
25, 30.
Hey, Scopes.
Let's
Yo,
go.
Scooby Doo.
Good to see you. Well, not see you. Good to see your screen name.
They call us Niff Dogs.
Yeah. that's a rank.
Once I get to
I like
this,
that, that's good.
I assume room 31 begins to open up to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just rub the edges until you see
This map's
doors.
sick.
Cool.
Right.
Still
see
don't
that-
see her.
You kind of take it. These doors also are closed. You see, this room seems to have a couple of smaller bookshelves, and the kind of has the shelves each lined with books.
I'm kind of committed at this stage, going this way, really. So
I am also concerned because you're now out of contract range.
Oh boy.
Alright, so I'll be up to 40 foot to get to the end of this corridor. Wait, so that was it.
God's out of contract range. I hope Ferrari dies now.
So, you've got no defence.
I didn't leave the space willingly.
Yeah,
It's just
so
like-
it's up to 40 foot. I'll keep going up this corridor here.
Cool.
So that's 45, 50.
Put it in the bin. Not
This next door, is it open?
No.
Fuck.
She might close the door, man.
I know, but what can I do, really? I've gone past so many closed doors at this stage.
Yeah.
So no like blood or anything? Wasn't she bloody?
Don't see any blood.
Son of a gun.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll just bust into this room.
Cool. So as you kind of like throw it open, feel free to erase the rest of that room. What you see before you is a rather nice looking study. You see a fireplace slowly crackling kind of to one side, and you see a desk positioned just next to the fireplace. Although the desk is not empty. You see sat there this strange looking creature. It's like a fox if it was a humanoid. Kind of this long kind of snout. You see glasses round and perched right on the tip of its nose. This kind of cloak, this blue cloak kind of wrapped around it. Various scrolls and pieces of text kind of out in front of it as well as it's reading. It kind of like, here's the ruckus, kind of looks back towards you and just goes, "Shh, I'm trying to study, please." And kind of goes back, poring over the notes, kind of moves through.
1,000 gold if you can tell me where the devil was.
You see he goes to talk, but something stops him. It's as if he's like trying. You can see in his eyes he's like trying, as if he's trying to get words out, but to no avail.
You got 1,000 gold. Oh yeah, I got 1,000 gold.
I've got 5,000 gold.
Yeah. No, not much right now. I've got like 3,000 on.
Fuck me, I've still got like... I've still got 30 foot of movement left.
Jesus. That was really good, Jamie.
I can only really get back to the next set of double doors. Yeah, I'll just run through this room.
You kind of see that. You kind of like charge past and slam open the other doors back into that corridor
That's...
that you recognise.
Can I do anything as a bonus act to try and discern anything about the direction she might have gone in?
I'll give you a shot at another intelligence check.
Cool.
Biscuit. A tombstone.
That's miles better. 18.
You kind of gauge from the wings that she has that she's probably moved anywhere between 100 to 150 feet from where she originally was.
Can't do that.
You assume she's, being that you've not found her through the route you've taken, you assume that she's either in one of the other directions or has closed the door behind her.
Yeah.
But you could see that when she left, she was in a hurry. Scythus, what you essentially see is, as she takes off and runs away, you see his Garv just whoosh, launches faster than usual, just charging after her, and out of sight around the corner.
Faster than usual, as in about 6 times faster than usual.
Yeah.
Scythus is just having a moment, and I've done nothing.
You see there's the imp kind of hovering next to Fuaro that's just like stung him in the neck, and you see kind of back behind you down the corridor is the group, the gaggle of cultists.
Gaggle.
I'm just gonna try and constrict the imp, I guess.
Nice.
Give him a hug.
We've not been rolling well today, team.
You've all hit
My
something.
initiative was good.
I got 1 out of 20 so far.
You've literally all hit something. That's 12 to constrict the imp.
That just misses, I'm afraid. AC 13.
Yeah, well, everything can suck on my chuds.
Please don't get your
as you go up
chuds
to
out
wrap
on
around it,
screen.
you see as it's quite lithe and nimble, and it just flutters out of the way.
Chuds on Twitch.
Yeah.
Donate now to get your No Chuds on Twitch t-shirt.
Subscribe to Callum's OnlyFans to see his chuds.
That's you.
Yeah, and bonus action, heal some stuff.
You see as the imp is up next, as it's next to you, kind of floating next to you, it sees that Yaranez is running it. Turns invisible again, and you
Lovely job.
hear it flutter away from you. Could you make a attack opportunity at this, please?
Is it within 10 feet of me?
Yes.
That's in my melee range.
It is, and you can sense.
I've got blind sense up to 5 feet.
So yeah, it's in your melee range, so you would know it's there. You wouldn't have this.
I got a 16 to hit.
Hits.
Let me hit it first because I got an 18 plus stuff.
That hits.
Please! I need this. It's my bite attack.
It's my bait attack!
I need everything. I need the internet more though.
Your attacks count as magical now as well.
They do,
It's
yes.
Tagging me and suit me.
Dad, can you pass me the player's handbook?
I've not spoken to this person in like 4 years.
So that is 2d6 plus 4. Fucking hellfire. That's 7 damage to the imp.
Cool. So as you kind of like latch your jaws onto it, like you see as it begins kind of like writhing as the ability fades, and you don't even need to roll damage for it, it's on 2 health. You just
Cool, I stab it.
as it's in the jaws, just and the imp again whoosh, burns out of your mouth.
If any of you could
Don't
speak
like
Czech-
your spice.
Back to the top is Poirot.
Woo! Bonus action, do the dash. How loud is Garth screaming as he runs in range?
Fairly loud. You get the idea of where he's like that. He's ran at least in that direction.
Cool. Then yeah, with a charge, I'm at 130 feet.
Cool.
I will go down this corridor here.
Cool.
So there are 2 side passageways. Just have a peek down either.
Cool. So as you glance at that one, you see as it continues.
Ooh.
See it? Yeah. So as you kind of like, where are you going to? Where are you standing?
To this door.
Cool. As you come to that door, you see that is closed, but you look to your left and she is 5 feet away from you.
God damn.
Oh, damn.
Hey, we're not done dancing yet, and I'll shoot at her.
How far is that to move, Jamie? Just so I know.
I had 100. So where were we? Start there.
Please shout.
Me and them will I'll just deal with the cultists.
We don't even know that they're there.
I think science.
Well, that's 120 feet to get to where I am.
What have you guys been? You missed
But
the
she,
fight.
how far away is she from me?
She's like 5 feet in. Yeah, she's like 5 feet away.
She's 125 feet away.
Well, 120 I get within range.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, she's within 5 feet. Sweet. I take a shoot at her.
Cool. Not at advantage or this.
Yeah. I don't know why I did that. Ignore both those rolls. Still probably fine with a non-nat 20.
Cool.
How is that?
Would hit. She's gonna use her reaction and parries the bullet up again.
Okay. Bit mean, come
So
on.
she's kind of like the blood
Play
trickling down her
fair.
face from where you originally hit her.
So she's at 27, or is she? Where'd she go? I was not paying attention.
She is before 27, just at the end of the turn to this cocktail. So like
Yeah, she's
here.
yeah, she's literally like there.
Okay.
Cool. Is that you?
I am intentionally also being very loud, so anyone who could hear me can.
Cool.
And that's all I can do.
River.
Hearing Floro's irritating screechy voice. I love him, obviously, but he is a seagull. She gets down on all fours, which she doesn't do very often, and uses feline agility and dashes her main action to get the 120 feet she needs to go.
Nice. So yeah,
Like following the sound of.
you do indeed, and you kind of see her there.
And then as bonus action, she doesn't even really look around the corner. She just sees Flora and just like stabs him.
Stabs him in the neck.
No, stabs the. Yeah, I mean, would be fun, but no. Ooh, that'll be a 24.
20.
24 that hits.
Cool, great. I will level 2 Divine Smite again. 1, 2, 3, plus another. Oh, that's really not great.
Yeah, it's not. Well, I mean, there's 2 6s.
Sorry, I'm just kind of lurking here. I'm waiting for my pizza.
23 points of damage.
23.
I'm so glad that no one can see you on stream.
Yeah, I'm perfect.
As you kind of jam it until you see as the radiant goes again, it sizzles and she.
Yeah.
This look of extreme pain comes over, but she is still standing.
I had a feeling that would happen.
Cool.
Did you just phase?
Is that you?
No.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's all I can do. I've used literally everything I have.
Up next is the Erin, yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
First of all, she's going to make her attack at you, River.
80, 20 again. That's down.
That is a plus 8, 22.
Oh, fuck. What's the
That's
point?
it.
Go on,
Um,
snap me with it.
That is going to be.
Oh, yeah.
She's not used that yet. She's going to use her fury and turn that hit into a crit.
Bye.
River, no.
So that's going to
That's
be.
A bit of a rip.
That's a rip, that. What?
Reese's in pieces.
Can't
That's
get
really
to the
irritating.
one.
Yeah, the last one did 56 damage. The last crit. We don't know how well Dan rolled.
That's a rip for certain.
That's 49 points of damage.
Oh, you bastard.
Hey.
That's
Wow.
a certified rip.
Yeah.
You were dropped with a crit as well.
Oh, yeah.
Could you make a con save for me, please?
What does that mean?
Find out.
I don't
yes.
just do immediate injury. I do like depending on how well your con save is. That's the level of injury, and there's varying levels. It's DC.
Oh, that's not great. Viper's got 7.
7. You see, as she like takes her blade, jams it like essentially the wound that you had from the spear of being impaled. She jams it through that as well, going up to the hilt. Puts her boot on your chest and just kicks you to the ground as she rips it out. You see his River's arm is just like cut straight through as he pulls it out. Still attached, I would say.
Oh, that's okay.
She then turns to you and is going to make her remaining 2 attacks on you.
Okay, so a few things I want to discuss.
I used to lose an arm every session.
That's an 18 and a nat 20.
Okay, I'm going to uncanny dodge that nat 20 you heard.
Cool. So the
Will it
Well,
matter?
If I'm halving it, yes.
first of all the fuck.
I mean, because of this.
First of all the crit. So that I literally just worked out. So 10. Add.
I shout loud if you know where I am.
Oh, that smells so good.
Yeah.
Gar's got this in the game as well.
That is
As he ran through the
57
office.
points of damage.
57?
Halved to
For Fox guy, it's just
28.
Cool, I'm down.
Also down with a crit.
Not
Awesome.
that.
That was just the crit as well.
Yeah.
So could you make a con save as well?
Yeah. Please don't take a wing. It's okay, it's 16.
Cool. She kind of brings it up, kind of like slashes across your entire, your like chest and up and part of the face, and you drop down to the ground. She then she hit with the other. She looks at your body and stabs. That's 2 death fails.
No!
And yeah, you don't know what she does next. Up next is Mostella.
Okay, you're wing. I can't.
Okay, I don't know that any of this is
No,
happening.
none of us do.
No one does.
How many cultists are still here?
God, you must have heard like.
Oh, the
eight
gunshot.
noise we made.
8. You've heard now the gunshot, and you would have also just seen Fuaro and River go down that way as you bust out of the doors.
It's too far away for me to even begin.
I can get to you with my regular movement.
Okay.
I'm going to. Can I get all of these guys in a thunder wave again?
You can. Apart from the two on them, you can.
Okay. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it at. Oh God.
It's really late, so feel free to say no. In fact, no, just say no because
Okay.
I was about to say if I could have moved, but if I had moved, then I wouldn't have been able to hit the imp. So no.
I'm going to cast Thunder Wave at 2nd level, so it's going to be an extra DA.
Cool. So that's going to be 4 saves for regular cultists.
Was one? Did we remember that one of those cultists was restrained?
Yes, it was the cult fanatic, and
Yeah.
he didn't do anything.
He said
One of the regular cultists passes, the other 3 fail, and the 2 fanatics, the restrained one passes, and the other one fails.
the restrained one passes.
Yes.
Was he not at disadvantage?
It's a con save, not a dex one. He would if it was dex.
Son of a gun.
So no, it doesn't matter. You need to keep track of that. I didn't.
And is it up until the beginning or the end of your go that he's restrained?
End.
Cool.
That's such a cool little ability.
Yeah.
It doesn't help there, but it is cool.
It would have helped if I'd used it on her. Oh, that's not so bad. 15 damage total.
15 damage. Cool.
Yeah, but like she's not going to fail that check, is she?
Yeah, she's probably not.
Bloody devils.
I'm quickly running out of spell slots.
You see, as all of the regular cultists, apart from the 2 on them, are just thrown against the walls and their bodies just scatter. The 2 fanatics are still standing, but one looks very bad. There are now only 4 left, including the fanatics. So just echo. Cool, that's you.
I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, you're only behind. You're behind.
Really quite
Wow,
lovely.
yeah, damn.
That was quite loud.
So lovely.
Yeah.
Is that like your thinking noise?
Yeah, it is. No, yeah. I do that. I do it a lot when I'm teaching, and the kids are always like, "Tom, what are you doing?" It's like, no, just thinking. That's
Do
just
you
what
not Mr.
happens.
Robertson?
No, that's disgusting.
He is
Mr.
to me.
Robertson's
Please,
my
Mr.
father.
Robertson is his father.
Who is
And if you
also-
want to see Mr. Robertson, check out our past broadcasts and the links down below. He's
Okay,
featured in one or two
Yeah,
sessions.
yeah.
Oh, I had a lovely time on this camp.
Please, can we get a D and Dad stream going at some
I'd
point
love
with
to.
all of our dads?
What else are you doing if you go?
Sorry, I'm going to. Nothing. That I'll leave it at that.
Cool. Nem.
Right. How far away are the fanatics?
So she's got the 2 cultists right on her, and then about 25 feet away are the fanatics.
I'm guessing her view for an Eldritch Blast on those 2 would be blocked by the 2 in front of her.
No, you could probably get. I'd say they're close enough where they're not. She can literally just reach between the other 2 and fire off Eldritch blasts.
I think what she would probably do is take a step back, not care about the opportunity attacks, and then just Eldritch Blast the pair of them.
Cool. That's only 1 hit as well.
Sweet.
So that'll be 2 damage. There's one that just kind of swipes across her and just creates like a tiny cut, kind of loosening a bit of cloth on her.
So 1, it's 12 plus some stuff to hit.
Yes, that hits.
7 damage to one of them.
Dead.
Did good and more. 15 plus some stuff. And 7 damage to that one.
Also dead.
Yeah, there we go. That's a Nem turn. But yeah, that'll do.
Cool.
That was
That is Nem.
damage.
Up next to the cult. Well, not the cultists anymore. Actually, the cult fanatics.
It's only those 2 left now, isn't it?
It is indeed, and they've not really got to do much. So what they're going to do is
That's unfortunate.
both of them are going to run down the corridor. One's going to go for each of you. So first of all, on Nem, that's a miss.
Good.
They get 2 attacks each, and a hit.
Fuck off.
He's going to turn that hit into a crit.
Fuck off.
That's a nasty boy.
That is a nasty boy.
That'll be a total of 8 points of damage as he just, again, as he kind of like raises his dagger, goes to jam it towards Nem's side. You see that before it gets there, this red energy just kind of cascades down the blade as if it's being generated from the tip and just slams into the side.
Make
And
a
then-
fucking deck save.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
I
dexterity.
remember that Nem could do a thing.
Fail with a 3.
Hellish rebuke.
Oh
I
shit!
want that to be
No, I didn't spend
Nem's
it.
voice from now on. Just anytime.
So Dex save failed. Its reaction, point finger, and flames appear. Do d10. Yeah, so that was level 3. So that's.
Put that for Christmas one.
Oh. Green giant.
Actually, no, I didn't. I got it from Advent calendar.
10,
Look at that big cat.
Yeah, my mum made it. Yeah,
12.
I'm still a child.
I love that.
Doesn't say what type of
It's
damage.
fire, typically.
Typically. Yeah, 12 fire damage.
You see as the dagger is jammed kind of like into her side in midsection, you see as the red energy kind of is absorbed into Nem, and then cascaded back down the dagger and up the arm, and you see as this man is just incinerated in front of her, and just a pile of ash. The dagger.
Don't fuck with Nem!
on the floor. The attacks on you, Mustela.
I'm
He
glad,
stabbed her and died!
I'm glad I'm playing at least one character well.
The attacks on you, Mustela, one of them hits, while the other misses.
It's okay, bring
and
it on.
he's
Tell
also
me how
gonna
much
turn
damage.
that hit into a crit, as he can once per encounter.
This is nothing.
No, it's not. No, that's 7 points of damage. Okay, same thing. He kind of brings the dagger overhead. You parry the first one as he uses the momentum to bring it back around. You see as the same red energy goes up the blade, and he just jams it into your arm and then pulls it out. This crimson kind of splattering across the floor behind
Next
him.
time, next time you do that, you should totally backbite it.
Um,
Because a crit.
Oh fuck! That would have been good. I mean, he didn't damage very well.
up next is
Rounds.
Garv and Cyathus.
I run 80 feet to where Fawaro and River are.
You see, as you get there, yeah, you see both. Oh, and can you make a con? Tom, can you make a con save as well, please, for haste?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, please.
Con.
Yeah.
It's 15.
Good, you pass. That would have sucked if you if he ended haste.
Yeah.
Because Garv wouldn't have been able to get there. Yeah, you run that and you
Sorry. How many rounds of haste is that?
you arrive
That's 3, isn't it?
you arrive on the scene and you just see the unconscious bodies of both Fuaro and River, blood pooling underneath of both of them.
We are not.
You see Fuaro looks worse, and there is an extra like stab wound essentially like through his torso and shoulder.
Oh, guys, what happened?
Cyathus just gets there with his dashed snake movement.
As you kind of move, you see as Garv kind of runs at you, kind of you
Down here!
you won't be raging anymore, but you see as you
Yeah.
Garv runs and then goes down the
Yeah, it
corridor.
isn't attached to the thing.
Does Garv laugh when he sees this?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's genuinely how he
I could definitely
Walks
hear
his
it, but from
what
that point of view, wouldn't be able to see it.
But yeah, you get there. There's no sign of the Erinyes, but you see, yeah, they're both unconscious at your feet.
Alright, that's not great.
Just dawdle, why don't you? Waste your time.
Oh, this is really bad.
Probably do something about this.
Flora wakes up and you're just like, no, you're out of range. It doesn't matter. It's not my fault.
You would definitely loot them.
Hey,
I wouldn't at all, because what I would do is pop my healing potion and put it down Fuaro's beak.
So that's
Healy's.
4d4 plus 4.
Just my regular healing potion.
Oh right, so 2d4 plus 2.
You'd get
Nice.
7.
So you
9
come to
health.
immediately. There's
9?
just immediate ringing pain, just like through your chest, where she essentially stabbed you when you were down.
Everything hits. Also, I have to know.
What's that?
What?
That was a 3. Why would have died?
I'll share it.
I'll just keep running then.
Okay.
Did you see what way she went?
No.
I bet she's fucking bounced out.
I'm gonna lie here for a bit.
I'll-
There's no point.
So I'll spend my action, I'll spend my haste action to dash to room 27. So that's a further 5, 10, 15.
You'd be able to see up and down those corridors as you pass by as well.
That one's a door up to there. I can see straight down there to that door. Do I see her down that corridor at all?
You do not.
Cool. I'll kick this door in, this one here. as I'm running past.
Which one's that one?
The upper door.
As
here.
as you see the door, I would say this before you kick it.
Cool.
You see that this isn't a regular door.
Oh right.
This is a very large. This is a very large steel door of sorts, and you can see kind of emblazoned on the front are these kind of magical rooms that just kind of turn and shift in place. It's a heavy-duty door, no gaps between the walls. You think this would probably be near impossible to kick down.
Okay, I won't bother that then. Yeah, run down the other corridor then.
Cool.
So that was 15 feet to get there. I've got 65 left. So 5, 10, 15, 20 to get into run 24.
Cool. You see that this is, he says, going through his notes. Again, you see that this is quite a nice open space. You see there's like a rug on the floor, a few tapestries hanging on the wall. There's the corridor to the south. And to the east, you see a fairly nice wooden door that is just ajar.
Head straight through there.
Cool.
So is that this corridor going this
Yes.
way? Cool.
And I'll bust in through there. That's further 5, 10, 15. So that is... I've got 35 feet left. As I bust into room 26, and it appears to be a dead end.
As you bust into that room, you see quite a nice office in here. You see a desk with some papers kind of scattered over it that seem to have been hurriedly picked up or rearranged.
Yeah.
You see a strange like stone basin to one side that has this kind of reddish hue, like reddish kind of fiery liquid in it that just seems to be moving to and fro.
Cool.
And stood over a circular recess in the ground, you see a weird kind of arcane circle beneath her as she stood in this kind of 10-foot round circular recess that has these 3 like stone protrusions out of the ground, and you can see as in 2 of them are these reddish orbs that have been placed, and you see as she's reaching down to place the 3rd and final orb into another one, and she looks up at you and her eyes go wide.
I run into the room and, using the hammer, I smack one of the other orbs out of the hole.
I believe you've used your
But I used my hasted action. That's it.
other action was to give Faro the potion.
That was my bonus action. Was it
It's
not?
an action to give someone else a potion.
Okay, then I'll run up and bonus action kick it out of the hole.
Cool. Yeah.
I'll try and kick it at her.
Cool. It wouldn't do any damage, but you can certainly kick it out of the hole. You see as it kicks out and just rolls along the ground.
Stand and fight, you coward!
Nice.
Cool.
That was cool.
So
As loudly as I can.
You hear that ring out. You slip it up.
I've moved.
Back to the top is Fuaro.
Alright, well, this hits. Oh, God. I'll see if I can get River not dead.
Cool.
So medicine check?
Medicine check.
That'd be sick. Please do that.
Yeah, that's an 18.
You do. River, you are stabilised on 1 hit point, and you're unconscious for 2 hours, or until someone wakes you.
Right, well, you're not bleeding. You hang tight, and I fly towards where I heard Garth shout.
Yep. So flying there, you manage to get into the room. What's your movement speed?
Why?
So that no one goes in there and finds.
We're in a corridor.
We're in a corridor.
Oh, okay.
There is no door.
Cool. You're right.
What's your movement speed?
Mine, 50.
Cool. So
Technically 65.
This
but
is me. just
65.
cool. I'm just
From where you were, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 foot more than.
cool. Yeah.
Cool.
you
It was an
get
action to
you see this.
stabilise, wasn't it?
Yeah. Action stabilize.
Cool, I'll just hang out, like, leaning on the door frame, like, I am not done with you yet. You.
shoot.
Up next is River, who's on.
I need to make an attack as my main action to be able to shoot.
Cool. The Erinyes kind of looks up at you, is going to pick up the orb that you kind of kick towards her, and goes, "Then follow me," and places the orbs into the receptacles. You see as this arcane magic flickers under her as it runs through these lines in a pentagram shape, and you see as she smiles and disappears.
Shit.
Oh, are we going after it? Because we can. I'm fine with that. I just want. I mean, can I have one of your potions first?
You already had one.
Up next
Can I have
is
an all
Mr.
day?
That was mine.
Yeah, but I'm not feeling great here.
What happens if I don't feel great?
Well, then we'll deal with that when we come to it.
Yeah, well, I will with my healing potion.
How many of these guys are?
I told you to get your own.
How many of these guys are on me and now?
One.
Just one.
Just the one.
There's only one remaining for both of us. I'll just go in with my sword then. Like, there's not.
Cool.
Whatever. 19.
Hits.
So it should. Would that be in two hands or one hand? Because I've been spelling.
Probably two, because
Yeah, is that
you've
okay?
got nothing else to have in your hand.
If I'm allowed to have it in two hands, I forget.
I picture casting with two hands, you can essentially just go.
Sweet.
The only issue really is if you wield two things or have a sword and a shield.
Ooh,
Nice.
yeah! 11 damage.
Nice. It's not looking great as you bring the sword around, cut down, you see as he kind of looks up at you, kind of fury in his eyes once
Oh,
more.
well, he's like gone down a bit and he's looking
Yeah.
actually up at me. This
not,
doesn't
not,
happen a
not
lot.
up, but he's kind of like keeled over, bent over from the strike.
Give him a boot in the face if I
Go
may.
go
sir.
for it.
I don't get the opportunity for people looking up at me very often. I know he probably isn't. Nat 20!
Hey!
So that's 2 damage plus your strength mod.
That's good.
2.
Nice. Still up. You just kick him in the nose and he just goes back up. You see as the nose kind of breaks in one place and blood just begins to pour down his face. Oh,
What do you mean?
2 plus your strength.
Yeah, 2 plus my strength mod is 2. So my strength mod is 2, so you should have taken.
Oh,
4.
you should have taken 4. Okay. Yeah, he is still up. But
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
little
my,
bit worse.
my strength mod is
Cool.
2. So that's what I meant.
then you see that kind of like clenching his nose and his cut he's got on his torso.
Nem watches Mustela not use magic and she kind of goes, yeah. Pulls her.
I don't
Okay.
always use magic. I'm a combat spellcaster.
Yeah, but we've been using spells the whole time.
Yeah, you're right.
And just attempts to just slowly pierce the guy's face with one of her daggers.
Oh man. I mean that's so Nem, isn't it?
21.
Cool. So D4 plus strength or dex.
plus-
Stabbing a man in the face.
That was a drop. You didn't have to.
Yeah, one better.
2 plus 1, so that's 3.
That's his remaining health.
Just slowly.
Like cut him down, kick him in the face, and then you just stab him.
You see he's grabbing his nose, kind of paying attention to the smaller gentleman who just really hurt him. He doesn't even see them as she grabs the back of his head and stabs him through the hand and up through the face as it just leaves it there for a second, pulls it out, and the scout of blood just as he falls down dead.
Garv in the other room is like, someone just did
Okay.
something cool.
Very briefly,
River's like,
we're out of combat.
That's about it.
You guys see this. You can see the this strange sigil that is just lit up, and it looks like the floor isn't even there. It's just like it's like a portal made of arcane fire that's just kind of flickering up and roiling. You're alone in this room. You've got about 6 seconds. You see the magic beginning to wane as the orbs are kind of like shaking themselves.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, this is a bad idea.
Terrible idea. But when have we gone for the good option? And I start heading towards the portal.
I follow.
You both, as you both spend about 5 feet of movement to get through. You appear and the heat hits you immediately.
They're in hell.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
you are-
absolutely in hell.
You see you are in a large circular room. As you look around, you see other circular arcane rifts kind of dotted around this room. But the thing that dominates your focus is not only the injured Erinyes, but the horde of about 30 devils that stand at the ready in front of you, swords and spears drawn. You see one's kind of made of bone with this weird kind of tail that comes up and hangs over them, ones with chains riling around their face. Some of them have these strange fleshy creatures by their feet that are kind of just stretching out in
I grab
awe and despair.
Flora and pull him back
You
through the portal.
get that glimpse and you pull back. As you pull back, you get to the other side and see as it and you narrowly escape being trapped
God, I wanted you to
in
get
hell.
just if I could show you.
The portal closes. You see as the orbs all shatter outwards. And we'll take a brief break there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with you in just a sec. This is one of the reasons why I was so worried about this session. I was like, yep. So, We'll be back with you in just a moment. We'll take a quick break so I can get all my shit together. But wow, well done.
Yeah.
Well done, all of you. That was a deadly...
I mean, I'm MVP, clearly.
That was
Looking sick there, man.
that was a deadly combat.
You did all right,
You
though.
did very, very well. Yeah, we'll be back with you in just a short while. Stay tuned, stay nifty.
No, but we sent them back to the hell as well. They're probably going to say, you fucked up.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Oh, well.
And we should still be in the hells.
Oh, it's done now. Oh well.
Oh.
Good job I didn't realise that in the moment. Hey, we're back. How about that? Ignore what we were just talking about.
Yeah, no one...
So, the party, after delving... Oh, gee, wait, first, yeah. The climax thing?
Oh yeah,
Now,
winner
or-
of last week's climax comment competition. For the first time, not one of our regular viewers. I think it's ALS2510.
That is my friend Abby.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations,
Shout
Abby.
out Callum's
You're
friend
the
Abby.
climax
Oh,
comment
yeah.
competition winner. If you'd like to be in chance of winning next week's climax comment competition, just be in the chat. Really,
Say
and
hello.
As long as you're talking when about the 2/3 point happens of the session, you'll be in the running for the climax comment competition, which you know might lead to something in the future. You don't know. I don't know. None of us know. Stay tuned.
Nifty's well planned.
After a extended combat with this figure known as an Erenyez, after a tough battle where both River and Fuaro were dropped, and Garv and Fuaro followed this creature through a strange flickering portal into a room filled with other arcane runes and about 30 or so devils at the ready. You stepped on back through the portal, returned, and that is now where we find ourselves. So, you guys you two are currently still in that room. You see as you and Nem, I believe, heading over, kind of going towards you two, and you've just found River unconscious but stable. She's not like bleeding out or anything, but there is a very nasty wound in the shoulder.
Fuaro will have just...
I was just going to say, like, the thing with seeing River down, regardless of whether or not she looks like she's stable, as soon as Scythus comes around the corner and sees it, snake form is dropped and just instantly just yells at her, "Oh, get up!" Healing word.
Oh, okay. Your healing word is so reassuring.
Yep. That's 6 health.
Oh, thank you.
You kind of come to see Scythus over you.
What are you doing
Your
on the
arm
floor?
really hurts.
Oh, bit of scratch. She just like lies there. She doesn't get up. Say anything really.
Scratch, you've got a gaping fucking wound in your arm.
Mm-hmm.
You guys match now.
Falls
Oh.
quiet as you kind of lay there.
Oh sure, just one more person say one more thing that identifies me, that's fucking fine.
Eventually, Nem and
Scythus,
Nem and
get in
stuff.
here.
You hear Garv call.
Oh,
Thank you, by the way.
you're welcome, I guess. Right, where did that come from? Around the corner. Okay.
So you,
Walk towards the voice.
you find them in this room in this kind of quite nice office, desk over to one side again, this kind of strange like stone basin with this flickering kind of reddish liquid in it, and then this recently expended recess on the floor that has these arcane patterns across it, and these 3 empty receptacles where these orb-like things would be placed.
You'll find Fuaro sat on the floor, back against the wall, just gun pointed at this circle, just breathing heavily. Hello!
Is there a desk in this room?
There is indeed.
I pick it up and just throw it at one of the other walls.
Whoosh, whoosh, completely breaks. You see it as a couple of items, a few flashes of gold and gem, as well as loads of papers just whoosh, scatter over the room.
Did you bring me in here just to show me that you could throw a table? Because I'd have believed that without...
No, he was bitching about being hurt.
I'm fine!
I mean...
I'm
Are
gonna
you
rush
sure?
in, like gun at the ready. Like, what happened? Is everyone okay?
Where were you?
I was fighting the cultists with Nem. Nem, there were cultists. Weren't there?
A likely story.
Their bodies are still there, like we can show you them, but you know, it seems counterproductive.
No, that's okay. I'll.
He actually did very well.
No, nice.
I got to most of them. Anyway, what happened? Is everyone okay?
There's
Who's
like a
Sue's
portal
desk?
here to like a. I guess it was hell. I'd say.
Oh!
I'll take a wild guess.
That would have been so much cooler than fighting just like 8 guys.
It wasn't that cool. You remember that shop we went in and there was like devils and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was worse than that.
Oh.
Yeah, it was much worse, and
Oh,
you
okay.
guys didn't seem to like it there, so I
In
can't
this
imagine
case,
you.
I am probably okay with not going.
Long pig would have been a pleasant sight in there.
Oh.
I've had my fill of long pig recently.
Is everybody okay? So is everyone okay?
I'm fine. I pick up like a bit of wood from the desk and just start chewing it.
You said there were papers
Statues.
scattered.
Yeah, there's now papers and a couple of items just scattered about this room.
I'll have a look at some of the shinies.
Yeah, I'm going to start gathering up all the papers and seeing if they're legible.
Picking through.
I've just prepped the action if anything comes through that portal to fire and never stop firing.
Of course. Picking through, you managed to find a couple of things. Mostella, you managed to find
2 shots and 2 guns.
various amounts of like coin, adding up to around 6,800 gold.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
In like various satchels and kind of things that were like inside the desk that was thrown. You also find a strange red gem. Not like the one that it doesn't look like it would fit inside one of these receptacles. It's kind of cut quite nice, and there's just something about it.
Oh, Chucky here.
What you managed to find is going through the papers. A lot of them are just blank sheets of paper that seem to be in one of the drawers of the desk, kind of just used for writing.
Yeah.
Anything of note seems to have been hurriedly taken, scooped up or something, but there is one thing that you do find.
Ooh.
Oh, it's bound.
Wrapped up.
I got a jar of that.
Deeds
Tangus
to a
what's
bigger
inside
ship.
her.
Deed to a quiet farm where we all retire.
Right, well, as I'm reading this, Garv, where the fuck did you go? I mean, I'm guessing here, you ran.
Oh yeah, I'm still just eating this desk.
I thought that was nearly addressed to me then. Fucking hell.
Notice that waiting for Silas.
Silas.
River will have got up and like walked around the corner before we started
Scylla.
reading this.
Scylla. Oh, that's a comma. Nice of them to use grammar. I am impressed with your work thus far. Does anyone know who Scylla is, apart from that one from Blind Day?
That's my favourite live performance.
Isn't it just great?
Would any of us be able to do a history check on the name Scylla?
It doesn't ring any bells.
No.
I'm
And someone
impressed
from
with your
Midas
work
area
thus far.
doesn't ring any bells.
Can I make an insight to see if it's her name?
I mean,
This being her office, you could probably guess that it's her name.
Yeah.
Or at
Oh,
least the
nice.
name she uses.
It's probably the name of whoever that was.
the facility's determination and steadfast use of our goods. I think that might mean something else because it's in marks. Bodes well for our future endeavours. Passing your worth on to Brundle will be at the forefront of my mind, should your efforts maintain their high level of success by the time he returns. Alas, this letter is not regarding commendation. Intelligence has reached my ears of a potential attack on the outpost you sit under. How and why they would press so deep into our territory is lost on me, unless one of your ilk are talking. I doubt it. You know the consequences of such actions. Regardless, instinct informs my more logical mind that this may bode well, may bode ill and true. Stay vigilant. If this is indeed naught but hearsay, then extra defence efforts will not be lost. But, alas, I strongly suggest you remain within your facility for the coming week, at a minimum, just in case. Bruig, or Brug, is still none the wiser of the situation of your activities. He dotes on a former life alongside that wretched beast he keeps. A blessing. Keeping him in the dark has been easier thanks to his reclusive, pitiful life. Once more, your service does not go unnoticed or unappreciated. High Divine watch over you. Baroness Chrysia Tharil.
Chryse Yatharil.
That's basically what I said, but in Welsh. And then she's signed it. Baroness Chrysia Tharil. Baroness Christ of... Is it ill?
Christ, yeah. Christ is ill. Christ is ill.
Christ is
Christ,
Oh,
yeah.
Baroness.
Maybe it gets better.
You two can make history checks. Also, a name in that letter, Brundell, immediately rings on your itself.
Nat 20.
It's not great.
As Brundell White Harbour is his full name.
Yeah, that's not great.
With a nat 20,
7. So.
nat 20. You recognise the name Christ
Christ is ill.
Yatharil.
Chrysia Tharil. She's a baroness.
I know who she is, but bear with me 1 second. I am just remembering.
Buffering.
It's a strange name to hear down there because she's fairly high up. She's not right underneath the High Divine, but she is essentially a bureaucrat. She looks after kind of trade routes, documents, anything kind of paper-based, kind of keeps the books essentially. And she is known to be very good at doing so. Yeah, she's essentially like a high-up bureaucrat, and nothing
In
more.
Midas.
In Midas, yeah.
I know his name.
You know, she is also a tiefling as well.
She's a tiefling. She's not the one who the statue is of. But, oh no, that's
No, that's of the High Divine.
Yeah. She is not quite the highest level, but she is nearly there. She's a bookkeeper and has a lot of information on this. It is slightly concerning that she is clearly in deals with devils.
Does she live in?
You don't know where she lives, but you do know that she is typically office-based, but she has been known to travel around if needed within the Midas territories.
Cool.
Has anyone got a knife on them?
Yep.
Yeah, boggle.
Throws a dagger.
God.
I'm back unconscious.
She's still like just leaning on the doorway and just listening to everything.
Cool.
So.
I take said dagger and I carve the name Scylla into a bullet.
Cool.
And just
Nice.
put it in
Nice.
my bag.
Well, first of all, as nice as your efforts have been, and Scythus just walks over to where that circle is,
Yep.
and just with his feet, just starts rubbing everything out if he can.
It's carved into stone. It's not been drawn
Well,
in, it's
that's
like
not gone
it's
well
a
for
It's a
Scythus.
permanent.
Oh, we should take like a rubbing of this.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
better.
Oh, I have parchment. I don't know why
If
I
somebody
have
can
that.
draw that, I'm going to start having a look at this Mastella. You've got a red gem that's a bit weird,
I have you. Would you like a look?
if I could.
You go.
Identify!
You learn what this is. This is indeed a magical item, although it doesn't seem to have any use at the moment. As you kind of look in, you can see these various screaming and tortured faces, or wisps of faces, pressed up against the gem. This is a gem that contains souls. Precisely, it contains 50 souls.
Just hands it immediately to Nem and goes, yeah, this is yours.
I'll buy that for 1,000 gold.
I mean, I found it.
I'll buy it for 1,000 gold.
What does
Nem
it-
looks at you.
What?
I'm holding it.
I found it, Nem. And I don't believe that you would do that to me.
I stand over them. I'll buy it for 1,000 gold.
Gav, you can have it for 1,000 gold, it's fine, but I just want to know what it does first. I want to know what it does first.
Oh yeah, wait. Did you
It's-
say what it was?
No,
Out loud.
Scythus just handed it to Nem and
Oh.
went, this is yours.
No, I don't know.
But you know that.
I mean, Mastella, if you really want it, and she hands it back to you.
Thank you.
That contains 50 souls.
I'll buy it for 1,000 gold.
That's good.
Is there anything that it does also than holding souls, or is it just merely this?
Make a Arcana or Religion check.
Is there anyone?
I mean, he identified it, wouldn't he know?
It doesn't tell you the use of it per se. You know that it is built to contain souls, and it's currently at capacity.
26.
26 souls can be used for many things. They can be used to heal oneself. You could imbue this with an item of some kind. They can be just destroyed. There are plenty of uses. If someone knows the right magic, they can extract them and use them for certain things.
Is it inherently evil?
You trapping people's souls, yeah, typically evil.
I recommend we keep hold of this for bartering, should we ever need to.
I'll buy it for 1,000 gold.
What do you
Make
want
it
it for,
5,000.
No.
Fair enough, worth a try.
I mean,
It's also not your item. I'm talking to Mastella.
It's okay. It's currently mine. Gav, do you mind if I put a pin in that?
Now or never.
Now or never.
Now
Okay.
or never.
How about 1,500?
Make it 1,412. And you got a deal.
Does that just make the math?
It makes my math so much easier.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Let's do this.
Thank you.
1,412.
Yep.
Fucking banging. Love that. Mostella's got no qualms with that. If you want in future, I could actually no. I'm not going to make a weapon with souls. That is a terrible idea.
I'll bring you really close and
find anything else with souls in, come to me first if you want a good price.
I now feel bad for selling it.
At this point, before he was
Nice!
Before I was done covering his bullet,
Yeah.
just puts it in like a pocket, goes up to River, hands the knife back. How am I looking? She caught me pretty bad.
No, as the normal captain.
You're a bitch, River.
Yeah.
I love you.
That's what she said. She said, yep.
What?
She's still bleeding.
We're just both there in the doorway, just covered in each other's blood.
They fell.
How bad would it be if Garth swallowed this for safekeeping?
Make an Arcana check.
Put it in a bag, man.
Arcana? 12.
You don't know exactly, but you imagine it probably wouldn't be great.
I mean, it can't give me any poison.
Oh yeah, poison would definitely not happen
He's a
from this.
bad guy.
Because I didn't get a straight answer, how is Foiro looking?
Yeah, roll.
Scar-wise, I guess.
Beaten up, you pass the con save. You see you've now got this like cut through and like upper part of like the side of your face where there's not going to be like a permanent gap, but feathers essentially are like it's noticeable. You essentially have a scar now rather than a.
You look great, you look hard as fuck.
Thanks.
Yeah, so you have a new scar that goes up your torso and a little bit on your face where she just cut you down.
See,
I don't put it in my coat pocket, I jam it down my pants.
Cool.
Just really quickly,
Sold.
guys. I've just found quite a lot of gold in this desk. How do we split this again?
Right. Right, how much did you find, my good friend?
I found
6,000-ish.
6,000 gold, right.
6,000 gold. That's how
get-
much I found.
Let's get the crew calculator up, which I call my noggin.
Wait, hang on. So, you call the crew calculator your noggin, or you call your noggin the crew calculator?
Yep.
Right.
How much gold, sorry?
6,000 gold.
6,000, nice. So, let's...
I remember one.
I don't.
You just got like 2,000 gold this session.
We each get 600 gold.
Garth, you get 1,200.
Oh yeah, nice.
You split it, and I just like pushed the whole bag your way.
Oh, mate, you don't have to do that.
No, you.
No,
I don't care.
Take your 300.
I nearly got us both killed there, and you saved me twice. You take it.
Well, if you insist.
You don't have to spend much for that soul gem now.
It's going to be put back into stuff for the team.
And then an extra
Spends all of his gold.
1,200 for the ship fund. We've got a fair bit in the fucking ship fund right now, lads.
Well, we need like at least 2 good upgrades on the ship.
We've got 7,804 gold in the
How much gold have you got now?
and that's an extra.
That's the first, like, debatably bad thing that Mastella has done.
Yeah.
You just gave souls to the evil character.
Who's to say I'm
No,
going to do anything
you
bad
sold
with these?
souls.
I mean, do you want me
I
to
didn't
bring
sell
up your
souls, I
entire
sold a
like,
gem.
history of
You
actions?
knew what was in the gem.
No.
He took stolen goods from me. He's already soiled his name.
Wait, who? Me?
No, Musty.
Because
I didn't know that they were stolen.
I didn't tell you what I gave to you that was stolen.
Well, there you go. Then I didn't know it was stolen.
That's true.
I think it's fair to say that we're
By
all,
association, you're all
Yeah.
fucked.
I think it's fair to say at this point we're all pirates.
No, yeah, let's be honest. At this point, we are pirates, so it doesn't matter anyway.
I was gonna say.
Oh, right!
I was gonna say that quick trip into hell certainly felt like a homecoming, but not quite as soon as I expected.
Glimpse of the afterlife there for the both
Yeah,
of
it's
you.
like, oh, there we are.
I'm gonna pull Garv aside briefly.
Yeah, so you probably need to pull him out of the
We're
room,
going
but
to welcome you.
He can wait for later.
Can't go back.
Well, Nem is about to drag you and Cyathus and you as well In fact,
Drag me
just
gently,
everyone
please.
come, because that's...
She drags everyone in the room to one side.
Yeah.
Everyone around this side of the room.
Oh,
I have
no,
a conversation with all of you over here.
it's out of the room and back up this corridor to that weird door.
Oh yeah.
As you see as
everyone
well,
but Garv.
that south door, as you come out of the room, is exactly the same. Big, heavy iron door with this large runic circle, kind of like just shifting in place, just about a centimetre or two from the door
So
surface.
two like that.
Yeah, both of them are like that.
I saw like this foxy guy in one of the other rooms. He might know what's the deal here.
Ruben just turns around and heads in his direction.
I'll follow her. I've had enough of strange
Yeah.
entrances to things today. Has anyone got any rum on them?
What
Well,
do you
yeah.
want? No.
Nem just wanted us to find out what these doors were and can we open them.
Could we say that 4 hours has got some
I'd
rum?
assume that all of you have some kind of alcohol.
Right, sweet. I'll bust open a bottle. I'll be fine in a bit. Hang on.
Yeah, but can Nem,
That's meant
like,
for eye surgery for I know.
You
For
can-
eye surgery.
Yeah, it's strong stuff.
I mean, can
I
we
mean, I
have-
don't want eye
in front of the
surgery.
doors?
Well, then drink it.
No.
Mhm.
Are we
What
gonna have
doors
a?
are we
Are
gonna
we
try and
gonna
open?
have a look at the iron doors or?
I feel like
I'm a
Ruben
bit
would have just
concerned.
walked
I don't really want to open them.
About to say, I've only got a
Uh,
peg
actually,
leg.
no,
I'm
but
one
still, I
good
was
wound to an
curious.
eye away from being a proper pirate.
I can suck that right out. If
I'm
if you
good. I
like.
want it. I want the honour to come with it.
Oh, you could say Goliath took it from you.
I don't want to say that.
The question that Nem
What
would
the-
ask would be, does anyone recognise what those glyphs are that are going around it? I.e., is that a locking or is that to attack if someone tries to open it?
Make a
Can I roll that even
Arcana
though I'm walking
check.
away?
Can I make an
Yeah.
Arcana check?
Anyone who looks at it can make.
This
a-
would have been
make
said
an Arcana
before
check.
we all start walking away. It was
Nat
just
20.
Things happen.
14.
It's a rune.
17 for Scythus.
14 also.
Farah has a bizarre innate understanding of portals now.
Cool.
General
So,
magic entrances.
Who got 18 or above?
No.
Cool. Faro, being a rogue and a thief, you recognise some of
That's a
these.
strong accusation, sir.
some of these runes. You're not sure what capability they are or what strength they are, just because you don't have a basis in magic yourself. But these are definitely runes of warding, locking, and also some kind of retaliation rune. You've maybe not picked anything quite a door like this or anything like this before, but you've heard tale through friends who've been like thieves as well, that this definitely is a warded door and is very protected and must be guarding something.
In short, like, it appears to be a magically warded door, locks up. If you try and pick it, it's going to hurt you bad.
Oh,
What about
God.
what if you try and break it? Is that the same kind of
Probably going to do the same
Probably
thing.
oh,
I don't need the DM to tell me that one.
Gav. 5 gold says the captain can't pick the lock.
Yeah, I'll
Who
take
on earth says I'm going to try? Me, let's go. Right, lock picking.
You may have some guidance though, Captain.
Thank
Cool.
you. I hope it does less than
Were
9
you betting?
damage.
Were you betting for 4 or against?
Against, but also guide him because I don't want him to die.
Okay, so first of all, go ahead and make a thieves' tools check.
Okay, that's just plus my sleight of hand. And proficiency.
Yeah, so proficiency and dex.
I'm gonna like have my hand on the back of his like neck,
Yeah.
ready to pull him away.
19.
19.
I
Cool.
feel like I know exactly how this is going to
Secondly, can you also make a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
touch the battery.
Ooh,
You also had guidance on your check as well.
Down.
yes, oh, good.
Two
So
deaths,
the check, what did I say, 19?
Yeah.
21.
Cool.
The save was 23.
23. Cool. It was
Oh.
20 on both. You kind of like you get down and you kind of like hold your breath a sec. You kind of pick it fast. You kind of feel the magic kind of like winding its way. And you see as the runes begin to speed up as Farrell picks this. You hear the click of the lock, and then before, in just the split second that you have to react, you feel as your fingers almost begin to get pulled away from you, and you kind of pull them back out of the way from whatever magic was there. And the door, the rune, is still there, but it dulls slightly, and the door.
I stand up
That
straight,
shit was
make,
about to pull your fingers off,
Yeah.
bro.
I stand up straight, make my cloak billow, and for no reason
five
pull out
rolls
my
to
gun,
you.
twirl it, and just blow on the barrel.
Nice.
Like, right, my
Yeah.
mojo's back, let's go.
That was
Which
5 gold to you, and I'll give 5 to you as well.
Oh,
Well
thank
done,
you.
Captain.
Was this room 23? Sorry.
Up
well,
from, so
maybe.
north of 24?
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one
I
there.
believe it is 23.
It's
It is.
yeah, 23
Yes.
indeed. Square boy.
I'm just gonna go for a quick weave.
I also need a quick wee.
Cool. So,
And our plan is
Oh,
poorly.
when you come back, can you fill my pickle jar?
Yeah, of course.
as you go in, you see
Water.
a set stone room. You see lines on the floor where boxes once were but have left like dust marks as well. You see a couple of things stored in here. Over to one side, you see built into the wall are these two metal forearms that come out, kind of like display or mannequin-like, and you see wrapped around their knuckles are these two knuckle dusters, but not made of anything common. You see they're made of two human jawbones, pristine in condition.
Go right ahead, sir.
You also
Who am I to stop you?
You also see, kind of on the right wall as you walk in, this almost like plaque/case, it's square, like if a frame for a picture was like a lock case, has a key on there, and also has a piece of paper pristinely kind of kept in there with this kind of scrawling across it. And in the centre of this room, this singular plinth rises that has this strange iron-looking flask perched on the centre. It's got a stopper inside of it with two horns that come up out of the stopper. The flask being about that big in a...
Is it an iron
Identify.
flask of Meg Turney?
Identify on
The what?
flask.
There's a flask called a flask of Turney.
Okay. Is it a flask of Meg Turney?
I hope it is. I need to see some boobs.
So you see a
It's
Cyphus
a
go,
good butt.
you see a Cyphus goes up, gets out the eyepiece and kind of examines it, flash of arcane across the lens of the spyglass.
These two arms,
Yes.
do they look like they would fit perchance?
Are they
The-
ready for a
They're
fight?
solid, they're not gauntlets, they're like,
Oh, okay.
they're like essentially like mannequin arms used to display.
Can I grab them?
Yeah, they're kind of
I'm going to let my fists do the talking.
they're kind of stuck on the wall.
Cyathus just
Awful.
picks up the flask.
No, that was
Well,
good.
actually, no. First, he's going to have a look at this plinth and just try and gauge if he does move anything. Is there like a pressure plate
Make an investigation.
He's got the bag of sand in hand.
guiding himself? Investigation, you say?
Yep.
19.
Don't see any runes, no pressure plates. You check around the plinth. Seems to not be trapped.
Picks up the flask, puts it in his bag.
Before I will have a look at this
Doesn't say anything more.
note. Not open it for now, just
As
have
you
a look if you can
As you go
read it.
across, you kind of like look at the scrawling on it, and it's a contract that has a blank space at the bottom, and it says the signer of this contract will be blessed with the ability of flight.
Oh, that sounds sick. I'm signing it.
Oh, what else did it say? I'd love to fly.
That's it. Only like about three like lines of the like three lines are actually written, leaving most of the paper blank. But yeah, you see it's.
There is ways
I'll be
to
honest with you.
help
This
shit
sounds
you
like a
do.
bad move.
Is it on?
I'm not there, I can't
is,
say.
is the paper on the wall?
It's in like a it's in like a case. So imagine like a frame if it was
Yeah.
like a locked case.
Can you open? Can I open the frame?
So
I'll open it real hard.
cool. Make a strength check.
22.
It like breaks open. Can you also make a dex save for me, please?
Can I see it?
Yes.
It's not the best. 12.
Cool. Need to call up a spell.
Do you have any healing left?
Not laying on hands. I used it to try and. I went down to 2,
You did.
back up to 27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killed you again.
Yeah.
She was nasty.
I'm not there, by the way.
Oh, I know. This
As
is
soon as I saw the door, I wasn't interested.
fair enough.
Well, it's more as soon as I heard there was someone else.
Yeah. I was also really didn't want to be interested, but then they bet me.
Challenge.
Yeah.
I'm imagining me and you just like walking away, and then you're like, what? Just run back.
Pay you 5 gold. Alright, let's go.
Cool.
That was nothing personal, by the way. She's just.
No.
She's in a mood.
I rolled
fine.
really shit on that.
Yes, I think you got any healing left?
You take 56 points of force
I
damage
might chat.
as you
How many?
as you rip it off, and these rooms that are kind of behind the initial kind of like cabinet that opens all kind of like burn into your chest as this green beam is just,
Oh! That could have been bad.
I use a stone's endurance.
and you see as parts of your flesh are disintegrated.
Yes.
Oh.
That would have sucked.
Jesus.
I take
that
8 damage off
That
of
was a
that.
fail.
Cool.
Oh.
So that'd be 14. What did I say?
56. I think
Like
it
this,
Yeah, so
says.
that'd be 48 instead.
That was disintegrate.
Oh.
Knock someone out and disintegrate, that's them.
Ow! What the fuck?
Oh, maybe check for traps.
Oh, it does.
You guys there?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'll take the
I-
contract out.
Cool.
Is there anything on the back?
No, seems to be blank at first glance.
Could someone give this a look, see if there's any like sub clauses?
I've got one charge left at the moment. I will read the contract.
As you use the last charge of identify upon that, there are indeed hidden clauses.
Yeah, the thing is, it was not a 1, so the thing is fine, but cannot be used again today.
There are indeed hidden clauses.
Of course there are.
This does grant the signer flight, but also binds their soul to go to the hells upon death.
Anyone want flight for death?
I think you'll find I'm holding that.
Mm.
And Garv, I hear you wanted to fly.
Not that badly.
I've not told you what it does yet.
I just said not that badly.
You did say that you wanted to fly, though.
I did, yes.
I mean, do you think that your soul... Where do you think your soul is bound for upon death, sir?
I haven't really given it a lot of thought, but
That's formal.
nowhere great.
Do you reckon it's the 9 hells?
Probably not.
Well then, don't sign this. If anybody wants to go to the 9 hells when they die, you can fly with this.
Not a whole lot. I'm okay.
Again, I'm
No.
still walking off, unfortunately.
What happens?
Tempting, but I'll leave it.
What happens if you rub out that bit and then sign it?
Find out.
I'm okay.
Me too.
Hang on.
You eat it?
Yeah.
Tastes odd. Doesn't taste like normal paper.
Tastes of sin.
I'll spit it back out
It's wet mass on the floor.
and then I'll
gonna
smash
have
it with my hammer.
We're going to have a running problem of not being able to check anything, because if you don't want it, you'll eat it.
No.
Where are you walking to?
To the fox guy.
Cool.
Based on the rough directions that I saw a guy in the other room around there.
There is.
So as you guys are kind of like inspecting the items in that room, we'll cut to you briefly. You manage to find your way through to the room. You see as that the doors were left wide open. You see as that you step into the room. This strange fox-like creature scrolls kind of out in front of him, glasses on the end of his nose, kind of just looks over towards you, just kind of acknowledges you're there, and then just goes back to what he's doing.
Cool. Is there a chair on the other side of the desk or anything?
There's not. The desk is against the wall, and the only chair is his that he's kind of like sat in against there. Fireplace kind of lowly crackling to one side. He's just there, kind of filtering through, reading.
At no point did she put her rapiers away, so she's still got them out.
Okay.
She just sits on the edge of the desk and like doesn't even really look at him. She sort of just sighs like exhaustedly.
You see as he moves some papers, like not out of your sight, but just away from where you're sitting, just kind of.
What's your name?
My name is Student.
Oh, bloody hellfire!
Student.
Why? Who asks?
Riverkiss Road, doesn't matter, you won't have heard of me. Maybe one day you will.
Strange, you being down here.
Yeah, I can't say I'm loving
Don't
it.
exactly get visitors.
No. What's your business, student?
My business is that. You see as he tries to talk, but nothing comes out.
Cool. She's kind of...
I can't. There are magics that.
Stop you telling us certain things. Hang on, I'm just going to have a little reading in 2 seconds.
You see, he picks up some papers, kind of shuffles them in place.
Do you like your work?
I'm not dead.
Not at the moment.
There.
Whenever someone asks me if I like my job, well, I'm not dead.
I was about to say, have you pushed your glasses down purposely? For
Yes.
this? Yes, it's amazing.
I
love it.
really like it. What cat? God, I don't know what to ask you. I don't know what you can tell me. What can you tell me about being down here? And
That you should leave, but I heard a promotion.
yes, I think your boss, Scylla, might not be back for a little while.
Ah. Yeah. Well, I guess I won't be leaving then. I can only impart information to you.
Not me.
Who you said? Yes.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Okay. Are you duty bound to be here?
Bound, yes. Duty, no. Unfortunate turn of events for me. I'd rather be exploring elsewhere, but here I am, and there you are.
Would you be here of your own volition?
No.
Wow, that's good. If you'd said yes, I probably would have killed you.
How quick would it take?
If I'd said yes, you would have tried.
Oh, yeah, valid.
How quick would it have taken for Ira to get from searching stuff to here? Just keep me intact when I enter the room.
Yeah, kind of. This is essentially what, as you
Yeah.
guys are picking and
Yeah.
searching, yeah.
What happens if I take your papers?
Well, when she does come back, she won't be happy, but you look native to this plane. Yes.
Yes.
They won't do you much service. I'm researching.
A lot of problems with researchers not telling me things.
If I could.
Not your fault.
If
Yeah,
I
no,
could.
it's fine. I'm glad I didn't get really angry and just sort of stab you and all.
Glad as well.
Yeah. Any rooms worth checking out before we leave?
There's... How do I phrase it? Yes.
Strong start.
Arcane. Protected?
Uh-huh. There's 2 of those. Ah. Nice. Does anything identify the one that we should check out, or should it just be all 3?
Whatever takes your fancy, really, I suppose. But
I think my friend's just busted one of them, so...
good job. Be careful, if I were you.
They usually are.
You hear the flapping of wings approaching as at full speed. You
Speak
see his
the
forearm.
devil.
You see his forearm kind of like land. You see River kind of perched on a desk. Rapier's out conversing with his fox-like being.
I heard someone I don't know say they like to venture
I would
or
have followed.
exploring.
I would have followed Fuaro.
Yeah, and you see
Is that him?
You see as you come back into the room where this guy was in. You see as he kind of, as more people enter the room.
Oh, hi, mate.
I hear. How would you feel about joining a crew?
I don't think he can, Captain.
I can't. If I could, rather not. More of a loner.
Fair enough.
He's all right and useless.
Oh, I know.
Oh, he did tell me we should check out the other 2 magic doors.
Oh God.
Apparently it's worthwhile.
Good.
How much do you value... Oh, I don't know about that.
Pretty. I mean, it was a bit of a tough one getting in.
Oh,
Might have taken me somewhere.
Oh.
I feel like I've dodged death enough today that I'm asking for trouble if I try again.
Alright.
But maybe we'll see how I'll do. If I were to find a way to break your contract, would you come with?
If you could, sure. But it appears my boss has absconded from what I heard.
Is your
Okay.
contract over if she dies?
That would be too simple.
Of course.
Are you able to tell us how your contract ends?
Scylla, go away, come again another day.
Okay.
He tries to answer, but is unable.
Here's a quick test. Is Silly your boss?
Yes.
Nods. He can nod at things. Say your boss's name. There you go. Okay. So speech is the only thing that stops him.
Yeah.
You can gesture.
I don't know if you can write.
Just out of interest, would Mastella have followed the rest of them?
I mean, if I'm the only one left in the room, yeah.
Scythus would have been staying, kind of just...
I don't know what was in that room. I was peeing.
Oh, fair. There was... Did you hear about the contract that let you fly?
Yeah.
Cool. Then...
That and a horn.
And did you get
there
the
were knuckle dusters.
I took the arms. Yeah, I've just got
Oh,
them.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
you
knuckle
could have
dusters,
pulled them out. They're
horn.
essentially like attached to the wall, but you could pull them out.
There
Oh
was
yeah,
a-
I would have done.
There was an iron flask with horns on it that Scythus just grabbed and put in
Yeah,
his
I got
bag.
that. Yeah.
Worrying.
Bear, who heard about the contract? Oh, you did.
I ate it back on the floor and smashed it with my hammer a few times now though, so
Nice.
it's there.
Okay.
And there's nothing else in this room.
Okay, so we're going on nods or shakes.
I'll gesture with these arms to him. Hey, what do these do other than make a great piece for my mantle?
The jawbones, they're good for something you'd be good at, I imagine, is pummeling people.
Oh, I'm quite good at that.
He is very good at that.
They look like they do more damage than my current gauntlets.
On a base look, they probably wouldn't do as much damage as spiked gauntlets, but you have no idea if they're magical or not.
I'll just take the jawbones off then of these metal arms. Is
They're
that
essentially
possible?
these two lower human jawbones that have these kind of like quite nice leather straps or cords kind of like around them, so they can kind of like fit quite nicely in the hand.
Cool. I'll just pocket them for now and throw the arms at the star. Do you want these arms? And I'll toss them at you.
Yeah, alright, I'll catch them. Just from a quick look, what metal are they made of?
Super basic, like iron, like nothing like particularly fancy. They're made for display, essentially. They're made to present some kind of arm wear.
Okay. I
Put them
don't.
in front of the ship like creepy little eyes.
I don't.
A
really
ram
have any-
made of two fists like this.
Oh, that would actually be really cool.
That would have been a lot cooler if we had managed to get that rock skull. And so
Oh,
just like
yeah.
bird skull with tiny fists. Like, that would have been the
I
dream.
don't
That'd be
really know
awesome.
what to do with these. It's just this.
Let's go back.
So.
Let's go kill the rock.
I don't know about metal.
It's not a good one.
Right.
Just drop them.
Do you not want them?
I mean, I don't know. Unless you have a suggestion, I don't really have anything to do with them.
Hold an arm in each hand for now then.
Yeah.
I like slide a piece of parchment and ask the guy to write his boss's name.
You see as he looks at you, puts the quill on there, and you see his hand begins to shake, and it doesn't move.
Excellent. Okay, we're on to yes or no questions, basically.
I like it.
First
on
off.
the other side of the desk, or am I supposed to just...
Oh, I'm with
Fine.
you. I like
Answer
that.
your questions. Will you leave me to my studies?
Yes.
I mean, really, they're not going to be good studies, though, are they?
No, but...
Are you working with Midas people? Like closely?
He's working for
I
the
don't think he knows
the
about
devil
it.
who's working for Midas, so we can
Yeah.
assume.
Okay.
It's not really his
Okay. Could we, as mortals, while remaining in this plane and not finding your boss, though if we could, we'd very much like to, could we end your contract? Okay, that's good.
That's not...
Not a definite no.
No.
We don't know.
Oh, no, yeah.
Come on, be an optimist for once.
I hate to be the one to ask this, but why do we care?
He could give us some more information if he is not under his
Yeah,
contract.
there you go. He's clearly been doing.
Would you give us more information if you weren't under this contract? Oh, okay.
There you go.
Fair enough.
Honestly,
I can
he
answer
seems,
that one. I don't know why I didn't. Yes.
he seems pretty safe.
Do you
Okay.
know what the traps do on those arcane doors?
I've got some
Yes.
idea.
I was the one that laid them.
Oh,
Can you unlay them? Because I'm hurt.
different trap.
I
But
am bound to this desk. No.
What if we move
What if
it?
I
yeah,
move
can we
the
move the
desk?
desk?
I can probably
Papers
lift it.
my papers would go everywhere.
What if you hold them really tight?
It's just like stack them up for a bit. Don't you want to look around?
I'll hold all your papers.
Look,
I grab the desk. I go up and try and lift the desk.
you see some
Shall I burn?
arcane energy kind of flickers in his hand as he's in his chair and goes, "Please leave that where it is.
Okay.
Oh,
I
he's not
just
safe.
want to continue my research. Otherwise, bad things might happen."
Can you tell us what you are researching, or is it?
Try that.
You see, he tries to force words out of his mouth, but alas,
Something about the hells. Something, a great power on this plane.
Do a charades type thing. Act it out for us.
Oh.
I don't have a word for that.
Two, like, how many
It's,
words?
I like this guy.
I don't know how to form that actually.
Oh, great.
You could say words and I could nod or shake, but we might be here all day.
Shadow.
Midas.
Demon. Called devil. Fiend.
Are demons
Abyss.
trying to work against what Midas are doing?
He doesn't seem to know about.
He doesn't
Midas.
really know much about Midas.
Are demons working against what your boss is doing? Actively.
Well, I mean, there's.
He said he was doing planar
I
things.
mean, we've been. They're kind of been fighting devils for demons, even for millennia. The demons are always working against them.
Yeah.
Is that what you're researching? Where they come from?
Do you know about the demon dog that tried to attack the facility?
He kind of goes upright in his chair, looks surprised.
Oh, there was a big demony looking thing outside.
Albino fucker.
Where I'm assuming it's a demon
It's
because
sort
I
of
guess a
design
devil
thing.
wouldn't have attacked. Yeah, so
Big tail.
Could one of you sketch it?
it looks like a big dog,
I reckon I'm pretty dexy. I could probably do that.
big white
I'm
dog,
also obsessed with these kind of things.
Easy enough for you to do. You remember it. You
scorpion tail.
You can see the kind of like,
Oh yeah.
Shavusa.
Bless you.
Because of
Inspiration.
Reluctant.
Yes, interesting. So an attack did happen.
You
You knew this was coming?
The lady mentioned something, or I
In the back,
overheard.
is in the
I
back.
overheard it, but it wasn't any of my concern. My concern is to sit and read.
Oh, good question.
Do any of the
actually.
books have titles on? That
It's not books; it's all just papers that he's got in front of him with scrawlings on. Some are grouped together, some are just scattered around in varying different languages.
Forgive me, but what are you? What kind of being are you? I've never seen anything like you.
Technically, a fiend, more specifically a Yugoloth, more specifically an Arcanoloth. Is my kind. I specialise in the arcane spells and the like.
Does that mean
Studying.
anything to anyone?
Anyone can make anyone proficient in Arcana can make or religion can make a hefty Arcana or religion check.
No.
13.
10.
No idea. Never seen, never heard of Yugoloths. You recognise the word fiend, but apart from that, it's lost on you.
I've never heard of anything like this.
So we're not usually on your plane.
Where are you from? El.
Well, no, fiends can be from all over. We're from the places between hell and the abyss.
Oh, okay, cool.
Don't really fall on either side, you see. Nasty stuff.
I know you can't tell me anything about it, obviously, because you can't speak when you had tried. But am I allowed to have a look at some of your notes? Would you stop me from
apparently
doing
can't
so?
read them if you're from this plane.
Sally's kind of spread some of them out, and you see
I'm
it.
quite good at reading.
You see it all in what languages do you know?
I just know common, halfling, and giant.
All in different languages.
Nem reads Infernal.
Some of them are in Infernal,
Celestial?
Anything in
a few
Primordial?
of them. Nothing in Primordial.
Celestial?
Nope.
Eric Cochrane.
Nope.
Draconic?
Couple in Draconic.
Oh, okay.
Hang
Yeah,
on,
Nem
hang on.
just starts reading.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll have a
nothing-
look at some Draconic.
Kind of like skimming through. There's nothing like substantial here in terms of the stuff that you're looking for, but you see it deals with like the histories of this plane that you're on, the material plane. It talks about theorizing into what the calamity was thousands of years ago that kind of rebirthed this the civilization that the civilization that the Pirate One rose from the ashes of. It talks of the original 9 pirate lords, how they made a union to fight against these plane-eating earth elemental whales that could swallow continents. And the various characters in that, you see reference to all the 9 original pirate lords that you now know as the Henya. And it's just kind of like a deep history of your plane.
Are you able? Are you able to tell us why you are it seems from all of this that you are researching a plane in particular and its origins. Is that correct? That's what you're researching. Are you able to tell us why? Are you trying to take over the plane?
He's not.
No?
Is somebody?
Are you trying to kill all the pirates? I say from the corner, just shoveling oranges into my mouth.
Me now, but I know they keep.
Gizmo is just swooping in every time there's a free orange.
I know they keep some unsavory types somewhere else here.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Just yes or no to any of these words in terms of what we're researching. Minoris? I know you, boss. Dees?
No, I do know these words, they're not the subjects of my research. Minoris and Dees, they are 2 levels of hell.
Cool.
I believe that they are the... hang on, let me just check my notes here. I've got
This
no
is the
reason to check my
second,
notes now.
Minoris is the
Third, I
third?
believe.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but River didn't in canon, so...
Yes, I believe that Dees is the second and Minoris is the 3rd layer of the 9 hells.
Okay. Souls, bloodlines.
Yes, what about them?
Are they in your research?
Is it a good campaign?
Not particularly, no.
Shut up. Sorry.
It is a good campaign.
Ouch. Savage.
You said no?
Dan did.
The Arcana
I
Loft.
did. That was answering you though, but it just timed. Right back.
I
That's
will
the
be
Jake
Marrow. Okay.
Especially if you fucking move.
Anyone got any more questions?
Off topic, we're after a ship that sank. Apparently they kept records of it up above. Would you know anywhere we'd find those records now? Were they brought down here?
Not to my knowledge, no. I've not come across anything of a sunken ship.
Fair enough. And then last question from me. You mentioned you put all of these traps on the doors.
Yes.
What will they do?
Any attempt to pick it, it'll snap all of your fingers.
Oh, that's an owie.
That's not great.
One of them had like a disintegration thing.
That was not me.
Oh, that hurts quite a bit.
Fingers.
Look,
When
I've
you say
got one.
snap, do you mean like they're snapped removed or snapped they're just broken?
broken and twisted in place.
I've got one last question, then I'll
if,
shut
if
up.
this is the
personally.
last question, will you promise to leave me if I give you means of entering one of these doors?
Yes.
Both.
Do you know of any kind of devil, fiend, unearthly creature that takes the form of a corporeal shadow that could potentially man a ship?
Any devil could really man a ship. There is.
It has to look like a shadow.
There's even one who's I believe there is one of your pirate lords is a devil, is he not? I don't know if he's.
Oh, I lost track.
Devil. No.
When you shake your legs, you look like
There are shadow demons. There are also other just beings known as shadows, but that is no devils as far as my recollection or understanding goes.
Cheers, mate, and I'll head out.
You see as he kind of like reaches into a pocket and goes, right, last question. You see he pulls out like a small like a gem and just kind of like flicks it over to one of you.
Catch it.
You get it.
Right, well, lovely talking, but I must
And
leave.
you enjoy your day.
Oh, we never found out his name.
I did.
Oh,
I've forgotten it. Though.
but
Student.
Oh, student. I did actually
Close.
write it down. I just didn't put it in on the
Farewell,
It's a
student.
really lame name.
say his name backwards. See if it'll break his curse.
Nudus.
Nerust. No, Nerut.
He just gives you a look as if like a really, and then goes back to his paper.
Where's the shop? Right, next door. Next to this godforsaken door.
We can only use that once, can't we?
Yeah, it's a one use.
Well, we've gone through one of them, and
Yeah.
apparently there's two more.
We've not found the other one. Do we want to spend any more time down here than we need to?
Well, now we've found that there's some pirates locked up down here too, so yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Well, yeah, if I can crack on. I was not aware of that.
Apparently, it'd be worthwhile as looking behind some of the doors.
Yeah, so the ones areas we've not obviously gone to are down here, up here potentially, down here,
There's a lot down there.
down this way. Where are we at the moment? We're here. Well, we might as well go. Let's go up
You're
here
currently
first.
in room 30.
We've already know where
we
one.
know where that iron door is. Do we want to just go and loot that first? Because there could be
It's,
something useful
It's
in there.
that one, I
Oh, is
believe.
it that one?
Yeah, below 24 is the next.
Oh,
Iron door
yeah.
spot, isn't it, Dan?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
We might as well.
Because it could be useful.
It could be useful, and also we have
Or
no
it
idea
could be
which.
deadly.
But that's true.
I've
I need to run to go pee.
I've
Enjoy
taken
yourself.
I've
We will,
taken
discuss
some
tactics.
fairly hefty injuries. I'd say it would be a good idea just to maybe take an hour or so. You know, just to like.
You know,
have
I'm not averse to that.
have a sit down, maybe like a.
I'm not feeling great.
That's a yeah. It will heal up.
I'm okay.
I'm also okay.
I'm bleeding a lot.
Yeah, I'm.
I am sans most of my spells, but
I'm down. I have 1, 2 spells on.
I'm bleeding profusely.
we'll fix that.
That's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
So I have any bandages.
A short rest of these would be good.
Yeah.
Probably rest longer. She ain't coming back soon, I think.
I hope she is.
I hope.
We should like alarm that door or something.
Does anyone have the alarm spell?
Have a hunting
Oddly, I'll check my prepared spells. No, I don't. Should we hide out in that first room we unlocked? Because we know that's a dead end at least.
Should we take short rest in 26?
I could do with a long rest, honestly. If we were going to, I just want my spells back.
I also do, but I don't know if we've got enough time.
How long do we have until Blackbeard?
We've
40 something days.
I wrote down against 38 days
Oh,
left or
left. Yeah.
cool.
I think if we're going to take a long rest, take it in the room that she disappeared from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
A long
Okay.
rest in 26.
20, yes.
Is
Yeah.
it big enough for all of us to fit in comfortably?
Yeah.
It's,
It'd be a little bit of a squeeze when you all have a bit of room each.
As this is taking the least damage, I assume, he will just wait out in 24 and just keep an eye to see if anything's coming.
Cool.
During that
So,
time.
you start one rest. Can you make a perception check for me, please, Cyrus?
So we do the door in the morning.
Yeah.
Fucking fuck. Oh, fucking hell.
Here we go.
15.
You sit there. The walls kind of creak every now and again, being that they're like iron made, and it kind of like sets you kind of like with jitters. You're very alert for the 8 hours.
Whilst that's going on, at one point I will speak with animals, with Gizmo, and just say, if you could go and find Wisp, the other one, and Zane, and just let them know what's going on, that'd be great.
Can do. Let them know how.
Just start yanking on their tops and towards where we are now. Bring them back here.
Can we leave here soon?
Almost
this is
certainly.
terrifying.
I am really not enjoying this at all, but there could be stuff that's useful for whatever it is that we need to do.
She kind of hops down from your shoulder. She kind of like thinks, and then I'll see you in a bit. And he begins to fly.
I trust him to come back,
Rest.
and I trust him to know the way.
The rest takes place. Anything you guys are about to do over the rest?
Continue, seeing as we're back in the room, to sit there with my gun pointed at the fucking circle.
Is my bat alright?
Hmm?
My bat alright?
But
He came in with us?
No, he couldn't fit through the door, so I sort of left him.
you can still feel like the other connection there. Seems to still
Okay,
be
good. Yeah, I just want to know he's still alive. Yeah.
partway through the rest. Maybe
Conjuring it
just
all,
like
never
an
get
hour
out.
in. She just Gizmo kind of flies back to you alone. Lands there.
Speak with animals again. That's my 2 spell slots gone
Aye.
before I get them back. Oh, actually, no, it's a ritual. What the fuck am I talking about? And it's
So Zane, I think the other two might have been hiding, but he was adamant that he did not want to come down here.
that's fair enough. He did seem very scared of everything.
They seem to be hiding out.
That's good thinking. Nice. I'll let.
The
I'll
dog
let the
thing's
team-
gone.
Oh,
There's a big black puddle where it was.
It was dissolving, wasn't it?
you didn't touch the puddle, did you?
Nah,
Oh, good man.
did smell nice.
just black all over his face.
No.
Tasty.
Like fangs, red
just-
eyes.
I mean, I just in the future maybe don't lick black puddles.
Right, you are.
I mean, I know you're going to, but I've done my job telling you not to.
True. You see, he kind of hops up on your shoulder, kind of like hold you like tight again because he is.
Yeah, I'll
You get a
put
feeling
that
he
on.
is terrified.
Yes.
Yeah.
No one's educated Scythus on treacle yet.
So you long rest pass.
Very much no.
Anything else?
Oh, left some
any of you want
twinkle
to
in
do?
the corner.
No, not tonight. Maybe when we're out of here, but no, I'm good.
It's surprising.
I've not been eating well since I got this spoon.
Oh, what, with all the teeth marks in the table? Do you think we haven't noticed?
Lots of fibre though.
It's true.
You see, his,
My shits are running ripe.
you see, yeah,
They're
the
running red.
rest seems to pass uninterrupted. Strangely, this lair seems particularly quiet.
It's almost as if no one really fucking knew about it.
It's as if you've killed
Everything.
all the people in it.
Yay!
Right, let's bounce.
Let's open this door.
So we're going to
Are
the
we gonna
iron
find
door
the-
under 24?
Yeah.
Are we going to run around and find the other one and decide if one looks cooler than the other?
Did the other two look the same? The fact is who we found?
Exactly the same. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're going to make an assumption.
Yep.
We're making ours out of...
Just before we go into that one, can I just explore the other corridors?
Yeah, I was thinking like just basically doing a scout
Just
out
to
of
be
the area.
sure anyway, just in case there's any other rooms that might be important.
There are going to be lots of other rooms.
There are.
Yeah.
There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 corridors we haven't even
Yeah,
gone
but-
down yet.
Yeah, we're going to explore them anyway,
Yeah,
and this
number
is
one.
this
Yeah,
is
let's do this
closest
first.
to us.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I hold up the gem and
At
like
the-
approach, maybe
the
put it
door.
on the door.
As you get about like maybe a couple of inches away from where the seal is, you feel as the gem kind of like lifts out of your hand, goes into the center of the seal. You see as it all kind of this energy kind of like scatters out through the runes, tracing them all perfectly before the gem shatters and the rune goes dull again.
Push the door.
You push it open and see in this room, it's fairly empty, apart from a singular chest.
Ooh.
You see that
Here we go.
in the centre of this room is a single heavy adamantine chest that is bolted to the floor that it sits on. You can see on it has strange carvings on it that you can't really pick out until you kind of get closer, but as you do, you see that they are depictions of devils and demons fighting, spilling each other's blood almost endlessly. There seems to be a depiction of the blood war. Additionally, you see as there are two kind of like locks on the front, one on kind of like either side, that are these heavy adamantine locks with the keyholes in them.
If we've taken a long rest, Scythus will have changed out Conjure animals.
Yeah, what time is it roughly? Do we know?
We're in a fucking dungeon, so probably not.
You wouldn't. Your idea would be you've got in here around. You've guessed it's sometime in the evening or early morning.
Good.
Like early morning.
Cool.
If we can get those locks off, and if we can get the chest off the ground, I would love some of that to melt down and make into something. But
first things first, just to see if 24 hours or if the clock's gone midnight, I'll take out the spyglass and have a look at the chest. Does it work?
It does indeed.
Excellent. It's past midnight.
Yay!
Cool.
I've also identified the chest.
Cool.
What the fuck accent was that?
Is it a mimic?
My father.
His name's Bob.
Everyone talk amongst yourselves.
I actually love chess.
I love squirrels.
Chess.
Oh, man. When was the last time you boned a chest?
Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Great
fair.
for you.
It was only Wednesday.
Yeah.
Aren't you having fun?
Enjoying anything?
I'm going to put this in no fucking uncertain terms. Any attempt to pick that and you will die.
How uncertain?
How's it bolted to the floor?
Put it this way. I was going to try and dispel it. I'm now not going to. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to go near it.
Can you...
That is, effectively, how do I put this into the terms of the spell that it... Power word kill! On anyone that tries to fucking pick that.
but surely just
Alright, give it a go.
You'd know that's anyone who
I don't mean that, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it an attempt to physically pick the lock?
it's an attempt to pick the locks without the key, essentially. Trying to open this without the key.
I think
Okay,
this
so-
could stop that.
Yeah.
We should have gone to the other room.
You know, your understanding of magic is it's possible.
Now that you know that it's dispel magic, now that you know that it's power word kill as well, you know what to dispel.
But also you need to
I'm
do
the-
spell to that level.
I'm the only one with Revivify.
Is
I'm
it the
not
same spell?
dispelling it.
Is it the same spell slot? Yes.
It's more if it power
It's
word
more,
kills
I
him,
can't
you can't bring him
Revivify
back.
myself.
That's true. Oh yeah, dispel magic. Fluoro picks the lock.
Oh
It's
no,
if
I
dispel
just mean,
magic doesn't work. It's
yeah,
the
no,
problem.
Yeah.
my concern is that if I try to dispel it, the spell then gets cast on me.
You're not trying to pick it though.
It's still tinkering with the mechanisms.
Something I will say is
That's
you do know that it's an ability check to do it, so you would be able to add guidance to it, for example.
I think dispel magic would be fine.
Fuck it, I'm going.
I think
I don't like this.
I think that the keys are probably in here somewhere, and we should maybe wait and see if we can find them before we start meddling.
There was a
She
key
was
in
shit.
the other room.
Hmm?
There was a key in the other room.
Which room?
The 23. You said there was a key on the.
What?
I'm guessing that's not it.
She
because you're drawing a blank.
she had a key. She had keys on her.
She had a ring of keys hanging
Yeah.
from her belt.
Looking at them, did they look like they were adamantium? Would I have picked that up?
In
Make a
hindsight.
retroactive perception check.
Oh.
Nah, probably not.
Heat of battle, you entered range.
7.
Didn't see whether they're adamantine
I'm
or
going to
not.
quickly run back to the fox boy.
No,
Nah,
don't.
no.
As soon as you go in, he kind of like
Um,
looks at you, kind of gives a scowl.
Hello, sorry, it's me again.
If you're here to ask me another question, we had a deal.
That deal was made with Garv.
was made with your group, actually.
I did want to ask you another question.
I'll try and fly after him.
Shut up.
You can do.
I'm not fast, so it won't be tough.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I'm just like trying to scoot you away. Like, don't ask him anything. We've made the deal.
It wasn't a deal.
It was a deal. He quite clearly asked us and made a deal. Please don't break it. He can probably kill us.
I mean, there was no official contract.
I don't
written
know.
up.
I never signed anything, and also I never even agreed to anything that was golf. So
Yes, and I didn't agree to answer any further questions, so speak to the air if you wish.
I just wanted to ask if you know what is inside the big adamantine chest inside one of the rooms.
He ignores you.
Let's go, Mustela.
I thought you were cool.
I didn't. Well, I thought it was alright.
Yeah, alright, I'm off. That's fucking dumb.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and dispel it whilst they're gone.
Whilst we're gone, who's gonna pick it, man?
I'm there with you, but
I mean, I've dispelled the magic on it. You can
might
pick
come
when
back.
you come back.
Lasts for 6 seconds.
What happens if you die?
You make a new character.
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't
That was
dispel
kind
it.
of
Do not dispel it until Fuwara is back. I'm begging you. I know that's meta, but I'm begging you not to do that because by the time he gets back, the dispel magic will have worn off. It lasts for 6 seconds.
Garb's eating an orange.
Depends if it's an effect that will come back or not. You are unsure.
I shuffle Mustela back in the room.
Alright, fine.
He wouldn't tell me.
Skins and all. I'm not even bothering at this stage.
Zesty.
Do you want to give it a go, or shall we see if we can find the keys?
Once you're back in the room, I'm telling you that I'm going to dispel this.
Alright, I bust out my things and I'm ready and waiting to
Yeah,
pick
in
some.
front. The 2 locks in front of you.
Um,
Yeah.
I will tell you if you should pick the lock or not.
I'm waiting
because
on your
there's-
whiz. I won't know if not.
So roll
Um,
add your wisdom modifier as well as the.
I can't.
That's not gone well.
You can have
I
my
cast
inspiration.
Bless on both of you.
And you can have my inspiration point.
Okay.
D4.
Right, so that's...
Much
That is
better.
plus my whiz, yeah?
And you get another,
21.
you get another D4 on top of that with the bless.
Bless doesn't work for ability checks, it's attacks and saves.
Oh, is that not a save? Oh, I
Yeah,
thought it was
plus
a
I,
save.
plus I guided myself.
Yeah, sorry, I thought
You
that
kind
was-
of like focus on
cool.
it. You feel this intensely strong death magic upon this chest. As you trepidatiously kind of extend your fingers, you see if this natural kind of energy washes down Cyrus's arm. Kind of turn. A bead of sweat kind of drips down. You feel as the magic goes, and you kind of can't believe that you've done it.
Go now. Try.
I'm trying to pick the locks, both of them.
2 thieves tools checks. Please.
Okay, first one. Oh no!
You can have my point of inspiration.
Yay! Ah, it's worse. Slight dex plus thing. 6, it was 8, so the first one is a 14.
Cool.
And the second one,
Much
bit better, plus 8. Plus 6, so 18.
Neither of them go.
Okay. Can I try again?
Yeah.
Okay. First one's worse. Next one, pretty good. 22.
As you, first one doesn't go. Second one, lock comes off.
Try the first
Guy-
one.
And with the lock. And with the lock.
I'll chuck it. Is it on the case or is it like
No,
a padlock?
it is like an adamantine padlock.
Okay, so it's a padlock, so it'll come off. And
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
Touch of the padlock.
And,
It's mine. Pocket it.
guidance.
No. 9 plus 8, so 17.
Again, it's just these are tough
Okay.
locks.
I mean...
One more. Give me it again.
Unless your locks break, like... There we go.
17 plus 6, so
23.
23.
Second one comes off.
Whoa! Got it. Open the
Besides,
chest.
this just falls over.
Doesn't open.
What?
Strange. It's still like it's locked in place.
Toss me the other lock, though.
Okay. Toss it over the shoulder.
Pocketed.
Can we see any other...
Do these still feel magical, Dan? Do they feel...
They don't feel they're heavy. They're certainly adamantine.
I don't think that spell's coming back.
Gav, see if you can lift it.
How sure are you this isn't going to kill me?
I've got Revivify if you die.
There you go. I'll help you.
Fulmar. Bless up.
Uh-oh.
Fulmar's not liking me today. Strength was 13.
You you see as all guards' muscles ripple and tense. This thing is not budging.
Don't think it's unlocked yet.
Can I have a look and see if I can see any other locks on there?
Make an investigation check.
I'll help you with that.
You got advantage because your glasses as well.
I've got a horrible question I want to ask. Dan, do I think that it was the padlocks that had that enchantment on them, or was it the chest in general?
Padlocks.
Cool.
I'm not dead, so, you know.
Advantage. Investigation, is that intelligence?
Yeah.
Lovely. That is a sweet little 21.
Nice. As you kind of like go around inspecting the chest, you can kind of like touching the inscriptions on it, and you come to a bit at the back where a little bit's more protruding than the others. You kind of click it in, and a little hatch about that big opens, and there's a secret third lock.
Okay, there's a third lock on this.
Sick one! And I dive in.
Do you want to take the magic?
Please wait.
This is spell
I'm
magic.
just going to have a look with this glass. Just kind of crawling at this point.
As you kind of hold it up,
Is it?
this third lock is not magical.
Okay, you're fine.
Okay.
I mean, you're not going to die. I don't know if it's trapped or not.
Can we assume that I keep trying until it works?
Yeah. So we'll say you take make a check just to see if like how long, just gauge on how long it takes.
So 16.
16. We'll say it takes you a good like 10-20 minutes. Like this is probably one of the toughest locks you've ever come across in your thieving career.
I'm like dabbing sweat off for
yeah.
He's like going.
I'm just petting Cyrus's hair.
Lockpick,
Eventually,
scalpel.
you can't do it, and it clicks, and you see as the entire roof of the chest and opens on its own.
I roll need.
You see as like a mechanism comes up and a small part of the chest kind of comes up and out and smaller before it's a small plinth, maybe that big.
Nice.
You can see resting on it in this purpose-made cradle is this prismatic, deep, blackish purple gem that seems to just be ever so faintly kind of...
Oh, it's the infinity gem. This looks
Whose
bad.
heart is it?
I've got one charge left.
Give it a go.
Crying
is
into
it?
the lens.
Could you make a wisdom save for me, please?
Oh, shit.
As you try to identify this.
The bless is on you.
The less is on you.
Bless
Bless is on me.
Bless
Bad
up.
I
news.
kept it up just in case
Bless
anyone
up.
had to think anything.
Who did you target with the blast?
You three.
Oh god.
Thank
I
fuck.
assumed you three would end up engaging with that.
Always save, yeah.
Yeah.
Got a wise pig.
15.
You hear this high-pitched, just white scream emanate in your mind. You see Asiathus silently just puts his hands up by his head, his mouth agape. There's this pain in your head, but it doesn't manage to come through entirely. Kind of let go. You don't know entirely what this item is. You know that it's a key of some kind. And that's it. As you gleamed into it, it was like gleaming into 1,000 voices screaming in your mind. But yeah, you see as Cyrus like drops to his knees, hands by the side of his head, kind of mouth locked in this kind of like silent scream. You eventually come, about 6 seconds later, you kind of come to.
I'm gonna use the two arms.
I don't know if that one has been
Try
helpful
and
at all.
grab it with the two arms.
Yeah. You kind of a couple of tries, but like.
Butterfingers.
Oh, at this point,
tricky.
Oh, touchy Tim.
Do we know if you can't? Do we know you can't touch it?
I'm
got
just being
no idea.
cautious.
I don't want to end up like
Screaming over here.
Oh, your words.
well, that sucked.
It felt like
Feeling okay?
I mean,
Does anyone have a
alive.
bag or something?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I've got a.
Here we go, and that's just in my bag now. I've got a key. It's a key. Don't know what it's a key
write down
to.
a gem key, I guess.
I've got gem
You've
key.
got Revivify, don't you?
I do.
Open that bag up. Gonna give it a touch, see what happens. I'm interested.
Right, give me a second. Hang on, I've got to mark off some spells.
Okay.
Panic.
Thank you so much for doing that, by the way, Cyrus.
Oh, well, basically, it's absolutely fine.
Go,
But also, let's.
When's this message done? Do you think you could give that lid of that chest a bit of a whack and see if we
Just
can
for
take
flavour,
the lid?
Nem has been stood in the back corner of this room, just as all of this is happening, she just thinks one word to herself. Men.
Yeah, fair enough.
I feel like it wasn't aimed at you.
Oh, okay.
You are a woman, so it was not aimed at you.
Perfect, thank you.
I just bag is back open. Don't touch the diamond and leave that flask alone.
Who said Garth was a man?
Right, cool. I reach in and I just put a
Take the
single
diamond in the
feather
flask.
on the diamond, on the gem key.
Cold to touch.
Pick it up.
Fine, you can almost feel like the faint thrumming from it, but yeah, it's cold.
Lick it.
If we could put that back
I've got
in the
a
bag.
beak. My tongue's not that big.
You're like an anteater tongue.
Captain, I'm really glad you're not dead. Can we put that back in the bag for now, please?
Hey, don't drop it in. Place it.
Yeah, next one.
Just one stamp on it.
Yeah, how is this chest attached to
Gav,
the
go
floor?
along.
It is like so basically where the bottom of it meets the floor.
Yeah.
There's like an extra lip. So say if this is the bottom of the chest.
Yeah.
There's an extra lip that runs around the entire side, and it is all bolted into the ground.
Yeah, how's the lid attached to the rest of the
Oh, the
chest?
lid. Sorry. Yeah, it's on these heavy-duty kind of adamantine hinges. This possibly breakable with the lid, but it will be fucking tough.
Oh, if you want to do it, have some guidance, but I don't know if it's going to help.
Probably not.
You want to melt this down into the pool,
Oh,
don't you?
oh, no, never mind.
What?
I was going to say, like, I'd ray of frost the hinges a little bit so they...
That ain't gonna happen.
You kind of like put all your weight on it, kind of leaning back. The metal doesn't even creak. The adamant. You all kind of know this. You especially. Adamantine is built to resist exactly this
Yeah.
and stronger.
That's alright. Well, I got my two meaty padlocks. Like, those could make
Yeah,
some...
they're like for a regular human, they're about like that big.
So sorry, the floor like juts into where the chest is.
No, so it's hard to describe. So say
I get it.
say if
So-
where this chest was on the floor,
Yeah.
if had an extra bit of the chest that kind of like came out
Yeah.
and like ran around the entirety of the chest,
Yeah.
that's all bolted into the ground.
And what's the ground made of?
Solid, like smooth stone.
You can break it out of the stone.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm just gonna go around with my hammer and just start smashing the stone around the perimeter of the chest.
You can. It will probably take you hours and hours and hours to get this entire chest though.
Do you want to do
So
this while
nice.
we explore?
Mm,
It's a very nice chest.
that is quite a nice chest. Yeah, I will.
Cool.
Yep, I'll just keep doing that for a while.
Cool.
We'll go off exploring.
Well, there's one thing I didn't expect.
Yeah, I mean, either A, if we get it out, we've got an amazing adamantine chest, and B, if we get it out, I've got a shit ton of adamantine that I can make weapons with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, definitely keep one of those adamantium locks so
Keep
we
both
can
of them.
so we can put it back on this chest
Yeah.
and use it on the ship.
Yeah. Oh, man,
We don't
Mastella
have the
wants to make
key for
something
this
out of it.
adamantine lock. I don't think we should be locking
That's
anything
true.
with
Yeah.
Mastella is
Power
melting
kills
those
back up.
down.
Shit! My stuff!
We need a new adamantium lock that we have the key for.
How easily do you reckon you could make a lock with adamantium?
I
If
don't
you had a pre-existing one to copy.
Yeah.
I've never made a lock before. I mean, I think it would be a little bit cooler to make some weapons, but I mean, this is okay.
This is true.
Or shield.
Or a shield. Or perhaps an no.
Alright, well, Gav, you have fun.
No.
Uh,
That's how I say
I-
it.
Breakable glasses.
I'll get the break sheet.
Right.
We'll carry
So
on.
he's punching, hammering the adamantine
Chest free.
Of course,
chest out
I'd
the
expect
floor
nothing less.
while we can often explore because it's going to take about 4 hours.
Are we
Sick.
going... So, are we going up and left? Or up and right towards 27? There is a door here that we could have gone through.
Is that the creepy door?
No.
Nah,
Both
we're out of
creep-
creepy doors.
The creepy doors we found are open now.
There's one more somewhere.
But we've not found
We
them.
don't know where.
Yeah.
Shall we go through the one in 27?
We will go through 27.
As you enter into 27, you see this room has 4 pillars. So stone door opposite you, and you can see these pillars have intricately carved like depictions on them, but they're all out of place. Like they don't line up with each other as they go down, and you can quite easily see that these can be rotated, kind of like to.
What
To
are the
fit.
images?
Oh no.
You can see that these depict various scenes of devilry. You see one that shows this expanse of mountains, blood and smoke, with this female form kind of like stood up, kind of righteously, chin up, looking towards the skies. In one hand, she has this very long, nasty-looking sword. In the other hand, she has a chain that's wrapped around her arm that leads down to this 5-collared shackle with a 5-headed dragon that seems to be squirming against the locks.
Oh, still a monster.
The second one, you see a sprawling iron city, immeasurable in size, with this one large tower dominating above the others. And I actually do need this for the rest.
Hey!
This is fun.
We made him use the book.
With you see as well, kind of depicted beyond the horizon, this very handsome man with kind of like tears coming out the corner of his eyes, sat in this large throne.
I hope so.
Oh, I could use ceremony to marry someone to the picture.
Gone too far.
Marry someone to the picture.
God, it's been so many sessions since River wanted to marry you to somebody.
Yeah,
I guess this session is just silly.
It was it wasn't even that long ago. Because the last class was that giantess lord.
Oh yeah.
Where the fuck have I put those notes? Sorry, stream, bear with me a sec.
I always have ceremony.
Always.
What other ceremonies can you do?
Quite a lot actually. Let me get
A funeral, a wedding, a blessing,
It's pretty much anything.
orgy.
I didn't prep it because it's not in my spell cards. I'll find it for you, and I'll let you know.
Thank you.
An exorcism is one of them.
Hey.
Indeed, it is.
L,
Yeah.
when you come back, can you bear for me?
Ah, there we go. That's what.
Might be a while.
That's what.
That's fine. I'm in no
So-
rush.
Atonement, blessing water to create a vial of holy water. Coming of age, which is when you touch a young adult and all their next ability check gets an extra D4.
Just their next
But it only
ability
happens
check.
once. Yeah.
So yeah, this
Weird one.
this third pillar, you see a depiction
Oh, no,
of
for the next
a
24 hours when it makes the ability check.
large swampy bog with fumes kind of like seems to be depicted kind of like rising up out of this bog, and this one shadowy figure kind of in behind it sat upon a mountain of gold. After that, you see a icy landscape, freezing by the looks of it, but with flames kind of breaking up out of the ice. You see atop the ice stalks this humanoid who has a serpentine lower half. In one hand, kind of open, you see these just taloned claws as if like kind of like waiting to cut someone down. In the other, this large bestial horn. You see a head adorned with this long flowing hair and these sharp teeth as this figure seems to be in some sort of primal scream.
I'm fucking loving this.
That's what,
It's a good time.
that's what the four seem to depict.
So they're in the wrong order?
Yeah, so it's as if like each pillar's like broken into sections and like they can be kind of turned to match up.
Okay. Shall we...
Is there any?
Twist.
Do we get an idea of if one would already be? Is one already lined up so that just everything is facing all the same way?
Not everything, no, but you see like one of them, the one that depicts the woman with the kind of like chain in her hand,
Yeah.
when has this 5-headed dragon. You see as two of them are in place. So from that you can kind of piece together these can be turned to match up.
I'm not
Okay.
questioning that because I'm not there, but yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, the 5-headed dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. I know.
We know who that is.
Yeah.
I know who does the chains as well.
Yeah. Same.
Damn it, I wish
It's almost
I
like
did.
I'm planning on running a campaign.
Yeah.
Who does what chains?
The one who's holding the leash on the
Remember that
five-headed
Tiamat
dragon.
was a prisoner in her level of hell?
Oh
Yeah.
Anyone can make a religion check for me as well.
I might as well.
It's sad I don't know this stuff.
Oh, this is our previous campaign.
Yeah.
This is this is the first campaign we did.
10.
18.
Less than any
Nev
of that.
can as well, she's proficient, I believe.
Not good.
Cool. So 18 the highest.
Yep.
Quite easy to pick up. These are 4 different layers of hell.
Yeah.
The first being Avernus.
Avernus.
This figure is Zariel, the Archduchess of the first layer, with indeed her prisoner Tiamat grasped and prostrate before her.
Yep.
Prostrate.
Tiamat's prostate before her.
The second is the city of Dis, one of the few places that mortals can seem to walk within the 9 hells, and the figure on the chair seems to be Dispater, the paranoid lord of Dis. Third is the layer known as Minoris. Yes, thank you. Is Minoris ruled by a figure known as Mammon, who resides in the city of Minoris.
Is that like French for mum?
Yes. And you know that he's, just from basis, you know that his greed is kind of legendary. He's one of the few archdevils that will actually deal in gold as well as souls. The last one you're not too sure on.
That was a genuine question.
Okay.
It wasn't just me being fucking a dunce. But I suppose because it was a genuine question, it was me being a dunce.
The French equivalent of a weeb.
No, but maman means mother, so I thought it might just be like...
Yeah.
In this context, no.
Okay.
Right. Well, so you said that one of the pillars, two of the things is already
Yeah, the
lined
one with
up.
the figure you've identified as Zariel on.
Yeah.
You see, it's like the top two are kind of lined up.
Would
Yeah,
that
so
be the
I'm gonna
first layer of hell?
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
We probably want to do that one first.
Yeah, it's just where are they in order? So as we came into the room,
So
we've got
left
front, left, front, right.
Left is that one with Zariel.
Grazie.
One on the left and far away is the one with Dis.
Yeah.
Right and far away is the boggy one, a Minoris, and then the one on the right is this other layer that you've not managed to.
Gonna start moving shit because Scythers at this point is just going, well, this has been fucking weird and I want out.
Are we doing them one by one, or do you want us to?
Yeah, I mean, y'all are all welcome to do stuff. I've not really taken too much thought into my actions.
I'd only suggest doing them in order of which layer of hell they have.
Yeah, so I was just going to do Zariel's first, and then Dispators, and then Mammon's, and then I really can't remember the name of the other one.
Do we want to do this?
Okay.
No, Minoris is Mammon's, and it's the fourth layer. I can't remember its name, can't remember who runs it.
No, we
Cool. So you,
Callum knows someone that runs it, but doesn't know if this is still the same.
so you kind of turn them all in order. Takes a couple minutes, but you eventually all lock in place. As you put the last one of the last pillar kind of in place, you hear like a, and you see as the stone door kind of shifts to one side.
Nice one, Scythers.
You're very welcome. And let's move on into room
Did you just do it
28.
for one of them though? Did you? Or?
No, that was when all of them were done. Listed.
Trusting you to acquire any treasure that might be useful for me.
You know me.
As you go into room 28, you can see on either side of the door are these kind of like inert kind of like suits of armor, kind of clutching swords in one hand, shields in the other, kind of heads down, and another one directly in front of you against that like protrusion.
Yeah.
And you can see these two corridors that snake off either way.
Those look friendly.
Yeah, I'm just immediately disarming the suits of armor if I can try and
Yeah, you can just quite easily just take the swords out.
Cool.
There seem to be these jagged, kind of nasty-looking blades.
How big?
What kind of metal?
What kind of blades?
They come under long swords, but they're not like
Yeah.
straight. They kind of go like out, and then up to another point.
I just hand them to Mastella and go, hey look, here's some new designs for you.
Oh, thank you. I can't
use those.
Stella's just like
dual wield.
full of
You
stuff.
don't have to do
You've
it.
got the dual wield of feet, then, yeah.
Just two fucking swords like, oh, thanks.
Do you have a feat or is it your fighting style?
No, I have to get it.
Okay.
I've got both. I've got everything.
River's got feet.
Because you can.
Yeah, man, sexy.
you can
Somebody
change
take
your
these
fighting-
swords, because I don't want to
Pose.
pose.
me back.
You can
Mess around with them
you
for a
can
bit.
change fighting style by level now.
And would have gone left and back up towards 31, not knowing that Garva's already gone that way.
So you go into that room and you see this room that has a few small bookshelves in. It's not like a resplendent library by any means, but there are some books kind of like scattered in there, kind of just across the shelves.
Any titles that would stand out, or any books that look...
No titles, but like if you were to pick up and like thumb through one or two of them, you see that this is a varying languages, and this seems to be a history of the plane that you're on. They all seem to dabble in different areas of the region, maybe different seas. Some of them handle like the original 9 pirate lords. Some of them talk about more recent history. But it seems to be like a brief scope of the history of the material plane.
Anything that would give me a history on the Sea of the Fallen?
Make an investigation check to see if you can pick out the book.
11.
It's not that dense a collection. You maybe spend like a couple of minutes kind of flicking through before you get one that talks about the seas. It's not just on the Sea of the Fallen, but there is like a page or two about the Sea of the Fallen.
I'll take the whole book on the seas and read that at some point
Cool.
later in life.
Just quickly.
Oh wait, are we in a book room?
Yeah, it's a book. There's like a few small bookshelves and there's like kind of books on there. It's not like packed, but
I need to get a bag of holding for books.
yeah, no, we need to,
A book of
I need to.
book bag.
Generally, this party needs to go shopping.
Yeah.
yeah,
we
really
do.
true.
River,
Well,
you were
there's
going
a
to
city
say
not too
something?
far.
Oh yeah, I
from
just
here.
wanted to know, would I know from holding these longswords if they do more than a D8 attacking damage?
they do not. They're standard longswords, as you kind of feel.
Oh, this looks cool.
They look cool.
My rapiers are better.
Well, thanks for holding on to them.
Well,
I just wanted to check.
made
That
out.
wasn't me being like, how dare you?
Just standard steel. But
Chuck
look,
'em.
Okay.
Books then.
Snap them first at the hilt.
it's a history of the material plane. They all touch on different subjects, but they're all based in history.
Strong.
They're all based on history.
It wasn't
Yeah.
like that. Was it?
I don't really know how much Mr.
Am I right
is
in
interested.
thinking-
On the
Doesn't
wall.
Garv have a bag of holding?
None of us have bag holding.
I thought Garv did. I don't know why I thought that.
No, that's like the number one.
I just have
The
lots
body.
of pockets and I'm
Yeah.
quite big.
You are.
I need like a library in a bag of holding.
That would be cool.
I should have got one long
You should
ago.
get like, you know, the pop-up like bar that is a library. That'd be cool.
Would I be able to see
I'll leave these
from
for
sort
now,
of coming through there that that's going to go back to the corridor we've
Yeah,
already gone
you'd
through?
be able to recognise that. You kind of come out, you kind of see, and then
Right, well, I think about turn. I think we've already gone this way.
Just quickly looking at the books, are there any that would perhaps pertain to like histories of royal families and things?
make an investigation check.
Thank you.
Have some
I
guidance.
actually would quite like to read about my family a bit.
You've been guided.
Ooh, I love that.
Nice.
Nice. What was it? Invest.
Yeah.
16.
There's one that there is a book that you find. It's a smaller book. It's not like comprehensive by any means, but it talks of kind of Midas as well as the kind of like noble families and noble bloodlines within there. You, knowing your heritage,
Yeah.
would suspect that there may be something in here, but you'd need to sit down and kind of read this, read this through. But yeah, you guess that if any book would hold it, it'd probably be this one.
Alright, cool. We'll keep that.
Yeah, I think we need to about turn. I think we've gone this way. I think we're about to find the arcane sloth. I think he said that's what he was.
There's a fox.
That's what he said, the arcane sloth.
Yes, that is okay.
So go back south.
See,
Right.
to this area.
Cool, go for it. The
What's-
door,
the door
opens.
just opens?
Yep.
Room 29 has a door in it.
No, it's a
You go
sign.
in, you see a couple of tables kind of set up in here, and you see this room isn't empty. You see sat at the tables are about 10 of these purple-skinned creatures that have these green beards that come down into these kind of like barbs. They all have kind of like glaives kind of by them. They're all kind of like eating and drinking. You see some of them have hair that's kind of like tied back as well, the same kind of weird like greenish hair. They kind of like acknowledge you as you enter and just kind of carry on kind of talking amongst themselves and kind of eating and drinking. You and them can make a religion check.
15.
These are bearded devils.
Yeah.
They're a type of devil. They're usually aggressive. The fact that they've not immediately like leapt to their feet kind of is a bit weird. But yeah, these are definitely a type of devil. But yeah, they certainly acknowledge you all and just...
Do you relay that?
Yeah, devils, but they're not.
Nem says in Infernal, what are you doing here?
We gesture to the door. Guarding that door.
The one on the opposite side of the room?
Aye.
What happens if we try and open it?
We've been told to kill anyone who comes through.
Oh, comes through it.
What if we just
From
open
our
it?
direction or from the other way?
Anyone that comes in.
Oh.
I don't want to play.
Are we would you kill us if we tried to go through it ourselves?
Exit by all means.
We just
You're
can't
told
come back.
we've got to kill anything that comes through.
If we were to go through and then come back, would you kill us if we came back?
Aye.
Yes.
But
Can we
you'd have come through the door. So, yes.
I don't want to go in there.
You could always open. No.
Open it.
Can we
can
open
shut
it and have a look? Do you know what's in there?
Corridor. Statues.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Go on, pop it open. Let's have a look, see.
You open it, you see... you see a corridor extends out before you and then turns off to the right.
80 hellhounds I'm running through.
Tiamat is there waiting.
You found me.
Hey guys.
Oh, there's 10 of... How strong,
not unlocked
right,
this area.
how beefy and strong do these things look?
They're all
Fine,
quite
after
burly.
3
They're definitely muscle
campaigns,
bound.
I'm
You can see these are definitely fighters rather than like spellcasters or anything. But they all look. There's 10 of them, and they look like they would be ready for a fight.
I quite like the idea of them guarding the door.
I like the idea of us not fucking with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like it as well, but I also really want to know what's beyond it.
Oh.
We might
How
find another
about
way
if
around.
someone were to be behind the door? So say I was through the door now, and I teleported to outside of the door. Technically, I haven't come through the door. How would you feel about that?
Oh, he makes a good point.
You'd have come through technically.
No, not if it's the teleport.
Nem speaks up for a second, in Welsh for some reason, and says, "So you've got to kill anything that comes through that door."
Eh.
And Nem just walks over to Cyathus, puts a hand on his shoulder, and her eyes go white
Cool.
as she starts seeing through her raven, and sends the raven through.
Cool. Raven
Oh,
flies in.
very clever.
I was going to do that with my bat.
Very
It's
clever.
fine. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
No,
The
no, it's
bat
not a problem.
can't fit.
Oh yeah, it doesn't fit
Yeah, it's not
Fuck,
here.
it's so big.
Check
No, it's not an issue. I was only one joking anyway. The Ravens are a better idea.
Good, very good idea.
We're in room 30.
You are indeed. You see, as these 3 statues of a statue you've not, or depiction you've not seen before, you see this very beautiful humanoid gentleman. These 3 statues, all exactly the same in detail. You see these long robes that kind of like have been chiseled and kind of flow out from him, and these 2 large horns that kind of go up to a point. Very beautiful face. You see one arm kind of out almost benevolently. In the other hand, this long staff. The only bit of the statue that seems to not be made of stone is this ruby tip at the end of the staff. Just kind of stood there like this. All 3 statues exactly the same.
The raven tries to remove the ruby.
Cool.
All 3 statues have a ruby.
Cool.
Just one, isn't it?
As the raven, all 3 statues have the ruby
Oh,
tips.
I thought it was just one. In that
Yeah,
case, they
cool.
wouldn't have touched
Cool.
it. I thought it was just on its own. Is there anything else in the room that looks?
Nothing that the raven can make a investigation check for the raven. I guess it adds nems.
I've been rolling like shit today, boys. That's 5.
It's okay.
Nothing else in the room apart from these kind of 3 statues that kind of dominate it.
Right. Well,
Oh, go for the gem, man.
Yeah, do it.
What's the worst going to happen? It's going to be killed when it comes back anyway.
Yeah.
oh, but it's not because it's got to come through the door.
Mm.
Am I right in thinking she can just snap it back to her shoulder?
Can't break it,
okay.
though, can it?
It's more trying to get an understanding of
Yeah.
these things' alignment first. Well, I know it's evil, but how?
Yeah.
So yeah, she snaps it back to her shoulder.
As it just appears, you see as all of them are just kind of
Nice.
still
right.
drinking.
I like these guys.
Okay. Didn't come through the door. Doesn't kill the raven. Nice.
These guys are solid.
Send it back.
And then sends it back.
Cool.
And goes back through and now looking to see if any of the faces on any of the statues look different. Is there one that looks more important?
They're all exactly
Exactly
the same depiction. She can make a religion check actually for me.
Non-natural 20.
That's what she needed. She after like fully taking in the features of this person, this is Asmodeus, king of all hells,
Ooh.
archdevil of all 9 layers.
Jesus Christ. This is a little bit intense. To be underneath an outpost for Midas.
Yeah, yeah.
I should go and
Cool.
find that door.
If they just
There's
advises us, like,
There's
"What's
just
down
3 statues to Asmodeus in this room.
Yeah.
Are they all facing the same way?
Yeah, they're all facing the same way. They're all facing the south.
What are they looking at?
Just the wall, or like at the back of each other's heads if they're further back in the line.
She,
You turn, you notice a large
yeah,
wall
the-
covering of like
yeah, the
Poirot
raven
put
looks
sexy
at
pose.
the wall, and then just flies towards the wall. Does it?
Hits the wall.
It was slowly.
It's like when a bird flies against a window.
It just instantly dissipates. And it's
Next thing is to just try and take one of the gems from the tip of the statue closest to that southern wall.
So it lands up. There's a flash of black in the raven's eyes that Nem sees, and then Nem immediately snaps out of it. The raven's gone.
Just a quick thing. I rolled 3 1s on 5 d20s earlier. There's 3 20s on 5 d20s.
Nice.
So my luck evens out.
Okay, so there's 3 statues to Asmodeus in that room.
Nice.
They're all
Who's
first-
that?
Lord of the Nine Hells.
Right, sick.
Yeah, not great. So maybe we don't go in there.
Might be a worth shot. Yeah, why not?
I mean,
I was going to suggest not going in there anyway because I think these guys would kill us if we did. So
I think we could take them.
Most likely.
Why are
There's
they?
none of them.
No, I'm not there.
Yeah, we're pretty strong.
We don't have guard.
You could have gone in the Missy's network.
I asked that and they said that technically I would have still gone through the door.
Oh, they didn't spot you.
I missed that, sorry.
30 feet you could have gone. Far gone.
Nem puts a question to the devils.
They're all kind of laughing and drinking
No,
with each
that's
other.
alright.
Anything?
That's what I was
If
saying.
we didn't attack the raven when it snapped back through the door, how would a misty
What
step-
raven?
Shut up.
You kind of look around.
I mean, the raven's gone and isn't coming back for a while anyway, so...
Kind of carry on drinking, eating.
Oh, this is so frustrating. I have a question, but I can't say it.
Knowing Garv, could I insight to what that
It's
question
not a
might
question
be?
Garv would necessarily.
Oh.
Well, he would only ask this question if he also knew what was through that door.
Ah. Yeah, but you know,
Raven
spending
just
time
went.
with you, would I know roughly the kind of thing that you want to ask?
I think it's obvious personally, but clearly not.
Can I insight it?
I'm not there.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
At the end of the day, guys, this is a game.
That's a crit fail.
No. No
I
idea.
feel like Gav wants to know this. Oi, you lot. What's your thoughts on Marmite?
Take it or leave it.
Fair enough.
He's not that far away. Bear with me 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna run back to Gar.
You go back, make a strength check for the time that's passed so far.
Sweet.
What percent did
It's
you
not
get?
bad. 17.
You managed to carve out like the front portion is got a decent dent in the floor. You got a bit of a way to go around the chest.
Sweaty at this
Just run back to
point.
check how he's doing.
You go in. You
He's
see
just like
you see
steaming.
Garv, topless, just
Yeah,
rippling
there's steam
muscles.
coming out of the room.
As he's just smashing the floor to pieces with this ball hammer.
Marcella is just momentarily almost aroused.
Better hope Arrow doesn't come back.
Hello Gar, how you doing?
What?
No, I was just saying how are you doing?
Oh, great.
Time of my life in here.
We have we found some guys. There are some devils. They are guarding a door.
Do you have a cantrip for cold?
For gold, I have frost. I have yes.
Just spray it around.
But
See, it's hot down here anyway. You see there's more steam just.
I thought that was your solution for the door problem, and I was like, how does that work?
Yeah. What's the sitch?
there's some guys. They're guarding a door. They say if anything comes out of it, then they will kill it. We sent Nem's Raven in there, and there's just 3 statues of Asmodeus.
Oh right. Why would devils be guarding 3 statues of Asmodeus?
I don't know. He's from hell, isn't he? So
He's also a devil, is he not?
yeah, I would have thought so.
So why are they guarding that? That might be a question you should ask them, and I'll get back to hammering.
Wonderful.
Yeah, okay.
While he's gone, can I ask, do you know what kind of thing's going to come out?
Nothing's ever come out so far.
Why would something come out?
I'll just get back into the room. I'm like, guys, do you know what's in that room? Have you ever been in there?
3 statues.
So why are you? So there's 3 statues. So
Yeah.
do you know what the statues are of?
Yeah, Asmodeus.
And he's a devil, is he not?
He's the devil.
Is exactly. So why are you guarding him?
We're told.
Who told you to do this?
Silla.
You guys are very cooperative. Thank you.
I really like these guys.
Told to guard the door. That's what we're doing.
No, you do
Other
it.
than that, we sit, we drink, we eat.
You do a very good job, guys. Honestly, like, kudos to you. I don't think I could do this all the time.
Yeah, how does one get a job like this?
First of all, you need to sign a contract that sends your souls to the Nine Hills. Then what you do is you work your way up from one of the lower devils by proving your worth, and then maybe you could become a higher devil like us. And then you get appointed to under someone like Scylla, and then Bob's your uncle.
Do any of you have the ability to fly?
You see one that focuses really hard.
Shits himself.
What do I think about my uncle?
So, do you know? You haven't been told what's going to come out of
Do
this.
I know if I can edit contracts?
Hmm?
Do I know if I'd be able to edit the wording on the contract?
Is this Scythe is asking?
Yeah.
You have no idea.
He's been chewed up and spat out by guards.
And smashed with his hammer.
But it's still a magical contract. So I feel like it might be writable.
Sign this! Damp, smushed.
So guys, I'm a little. It doesn't really make sense to me. He's a devil, and there are statues. Do you know who made the statues and why they're out there?
Whoever built this lair, probably.
I mean,
I
yes.
love that they call it a layer.
There's an evil layer.
Standard headphone stuff.
There's a ballroom around the corner with trapdoors under every seat.
That's what devils
Lead
call
down in
every
a
room.
shark tank.
It's metaphorical Shark Tank, of course.
And then beneath that is a real shark tank.
I don't. Yeah, no. It seems weird to me, but I
Stroking
mean,
their
it clearly
beards.
seems weird to you as well.
We get paid. Not that weird. Got out of place.
Who pays you?
Silly? Yeah.
She's not here. She's gone back to Al.
Is she?
Yeah.
Well. Done in the field of our job.
I love them so much.
How do you get paid? Is it like a wired transfer or?
We get like
It's back.
we get paid in clout, so to speak.
Alright.
In that, like, if we do a real good job, one day we might get promoted and become a different kind of devil, which would be cool.
Sorry, hold on a
What are they
second.
going to
Did
spend
you
it
just
on?
say you
It's
get?
not hero, did they?
Did you just use the word clout?
Clout. We also get paid in like souls as well sometimes.
Oh shit.
How? Wait,
God, what's
how
his
many
job?
souls do you normally get paid in?
Depends how good job we do. We've not killed anything yet, so.
Its minimum wage is about 8 sold 21 an hour.
If somebody,
It's free.
Yeah.
if somebody paid you in 50 souls, would that be a lot or would that not be a lot?
They kind of look among themselves.
Depends if it was going to one of us or split among.
If it was just for one of you.
Decent amount. Not loads, not resplendent, but decent amount.
Do I get the feeling they're telling the truth?
Make an insight check.
Oh, that's what I roll well on.
To find out the worth of the
23.
soul.
They seem to be forthright. You get the feeling that these guys are fairly like not laid back, but they are following their job to the letter.
Yeah.
They've not been told to not converse with anyone. They've not been told anything else. They're just here
Yeah.
eating, drinking, waiting for someone to come through that door.
And I'm not for a second saying that I'm going to do it. So I'm not. But hypothetically, if somebody started attacking just one of them, would the other 9 help?
Yeah, we will fuck them up.
Nice.
Right.
Quick
Is there-
question as well. Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
I was going to say, is there one amongst you that is lesser in your hierarchy that you kind of take the piss out of? Who is your
Seems to all
fames?
No, I know what you mean. Our fame's just that fucking bookworm.
Oh, the fuck's guy.
We're not allowed to mess with him, but sometimes we'll go in and call him names.
Just want to double check. Do you say our fames is that? Yeah, of course.
Well, Callum said it was your fame. So. Also,
I was
Who's
listening
fame?
you. So sorry.
Who's just fame? Sounds like a cunt.
He's
I
not.
mean,
He's
I personally wouldn't use that word because that's the first time I've heard it.
We would
But,
just sit down and just tell stories about how much we hate.
Oh
our
my
faces.
god,
Yeah.
let's talk.
Bet he wears a bloody fedora as well.
Garv's
Oh,
ears are
no,
burning.
Oh my god, we bought it for him as a joke. He loved it.
Oh, that's a good one.
He's got a very suspect relationship with the horse.
if Asmodeus was to come through that door, would you kill him?
no. Couldn't if we tried.
Well,
Wouldn't even look at him. Be disrespectful.
Okay.
Oh, it's disrespectful to look at that. That's more.
Well, I don't think so, but you know.
I mean, how
Be
did
too
someone
sure.
carve it?
Oh yeah, why 3 statues as well?
It doesn't look anything like
I imagine.
it. He hates it.
Nem walks out of the room up towards 28.
Yeah.
Then uses the Mask of Many Faces to disguise herself perfectly as she without making herself look like stone, as Asmodeus.
Cool.
And then walks back in.
We all scream.
Cool. She walks
You
back in.
lose your
You
mind.
see as they will kind of like shift a little bit.
There's DC 17 intelligence check to see through it.
That's funny.
He's a devil though. Like.
You see this one kind of looks. Kind of,
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Perfect. And she drops the fall.
-1 to intelligence. I rolled a 19.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah, fine. I mean, Callum just wants to fuck him up and then go through the door. And
Don't do it.
How strong do these guys look? I was about to say that in Mistella's
They've
voice.
got rippling like you see that they're kind of wearing these like capes with these like
Thunderwave won't do it.
these iron greaves. They look pretty strong.
Yeah, no worries.
Like they don't look as strong as an Arian's, but they have like rippling muscles. They all seem to be quite good.
There's one thing
what about
about this.
joint
One of them.
thunder waves?
Fire was going to move on before this gets nuts.
One of them has just been described as not as strong as an Aaron. There's 10 of them.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, gents. We're gonna put a.
Likewise, have fun and don't go through that door.
Oh no, we can go through it. We just can't come back through. You know.
But shall we live out the rest of your days in there?
What food have they got?
You see, they just got like broken up like a pieces of bread. It's very basic. There's no fruits, many meats.
Like nick a chip or something.
Yeah, sure.
Can I ask? Can I have a?
You see, he takes one, kind of like dips it in a bit of sauce.
Yeah.
Ah, thank you.
Oh, sauce as well, damn.
Mayo.
Ketchup.
Ooh.
You take 100 d4.
Tastiness damage.
You're sent
This
to,
is delicious!
your tongue is sent to the equivalent of the 9 hells of taste.
The first layer is ketchup.
The first layer.
Second-
I can believe that. The
The,
first layer.
the deepest circle is inhabited only by mayo.
The second circle is ranch.
Horseradish is like the bottom.
Oh,
Cool. So yeah,
right.
what are you doing?
So to this, just assuming that we're just going to go in.
Yeah,
direct
fuck yeah,
closeness.
You haven't done that one up there.
They're kind of equidistant, but yeah, that will.
Roll
cut
for
this
it.
corner. Let's just go here.
Okay.
You got the door open. You see, it's this big, heavy iron door. And as you open it, a big waft of heat just hits you. You see, as this is a fairly small room, if you'd like to erase it. And there is one thing and one thing alone in this room. You see this
no.
circular fire pit with this kind of large
Statue of Asmodeus
stake
in it.
kind of coming out of it. And you just see the remains of a man who has just been burnt to a crisp. Fire still kind of like licking up him. Features nondescript as his skin is just blackened like charcoal. He was burnt alive in here.
Can't see any clothes or anything like that.
If,
I can't be set on fire.
if he was there, he'd be burnt. They'd burnt away.
I want this
But
steak.
yeah, he's just kind of there, kind of like not in a cross position, but kind of like arms have definitely been propped up, and is just
You don't want the thing to show off, he's going to stand
Well, he's got a steak there. That's probably magical.
Okay, yeah.
Can I put my hand sort of like, because I can't be set alight. Can I like put my hand in the flame for a second?
Still take fire damage.
yeah, you take 2 points of fire damage. As you kind of do that, put your hand back. Definitely feels like fire.
Yeah, pretty hot. I got nothing. How wide is this fire?
It's like a 5-foot circle pit, like a circular pit. The fire's not fully like licking up him at this moment. It seems like he's been burning here for a while, and the embers are like come up to about his thighs. I'd say
Okay.
at this
Is there
point.
anything
Is
else
it-
in the room that might indicate who this guy is? Any other belongings?
Make an investigation check.
Sorry, just to double check. Is this a stake he's tied to, or is he like?
Tied to.
Got it. Cool. I thought it was something else. That's
No, it's
No
like
need
he
to
looks,
go
it
in.
looks like he's supposed to be put here and burnt.
good.
Yeah, it's 17. That's flat.
No.
Now it is. 8 investigation.
Yes.
I've got an advantage anyway. But I don't
Just in case. There we go.
Wah!
You kind of go through, and there really isn't a lot here. However, you do find something on his skin. It seems to be a mark of some kind, like on his wrist, just here. And the only reason you can actually pick it out is because Garth has a very similar mark. It's a burnt P for pirates.
Oh, this man's a pilot.
Oh.
Does anyone know him? I know he's not very recognizable, but he's got a pirate brand.
Oh,
on
old
him.
Chad Skin. Yeah. No, I've served with him several years of my life.
Wow, this man is dead, and you want to make jokes? Nice, nice man.
I didn't know him.
Charred skin.
Nothing my
This place echoes.
nothing my dignity can do for him now.
Sick burn for I don't get it.
Oh, that was very good.
If I had Mage Hand, he'd be flying your way, my friend. For a crisp high five.
I just wanted to know if anyone knew him. I feel foolish if I say it now.
The only thing you recognise is like the branding. His face is just beyond recognition.
Bring me back some long
completely unrecognisable mate. He comes like, does anybody know him?
I mean, I could make out that he had a tattoo on him. Like I could. I thought
It's not exactly like a
brand.
brand.
brand
Yeah.
tattoo.
Scar, yeah.
I mean, I'll take a second, like, give him the salute. If there's any known sort of like pirate funeral rites that I know of.
Shoot
There's
him
not any
right
of-
in the face.
It's not any official ones. Everyone seems to have their own kind of way of doing it. So any
I
personal
can
thing you
take
would
an
do
hour
for
to
that.
perform a funeral rite.
Okay, so you stay here and do that. The rest of us will go.
Just slowly dropping everyone.
Slowly being whittled down.
Everybody do a completely arbitrary task that we do not need to be doing.
Cypress is gonna wait
excuse
till-
It's like a chest we can't lock.
There is a lock built into the lid.
True.
I'm gonna melt this shit down. I'm gonna make a nice
We got an
chest.
chest.
It's pretty good.
Right, well,
If I
bye bye, Burning Man.
I mean,
Been a
you
great
have to
festival.
buy it off me.
May you sail the great sea of death and find pleasure.
Has anyone else spent 4 hours chipping this thing out of the stone? No, they haven't.
To be fair, no one asked.
The best part is we can hear when you take breaks.
You don't hear any.
Yeah, I know.
You hear a brief trickle of water after about 3 hours.
Up into this corridor. There's a door here. What's this door
And it
saying?
wasn't pee.
This is just a standard kind of wooden door.
Well,
I've been eating a lot of weird foods.
You just let go of the anchor for a second, your hand just bleeds continuously for a bit. Oh, I've
we're
got
in
calluses for
room
days.
35.
You go into this is a fairly open stone room. Again, you can see quite nice rugs along the floor. You see tapestries across the wall depicting scenes that are similar to that you saw on the carved into the pillars. You see what you can immediately identify as like a scene of Avernus. The first layer of hell is it's just like essentially almost like a landscape portrait on this large tapestry of just the rocky mountains, the smoke pluming above, and the rivers of blood and fire that flow through it.
I mean, they're very graphic. And
Almost charming.
it's almost nice.
Almost. There's a lot more, like, I've been there now. And this is some fresh ass PTSD it's kicking
This guy
off.
goes to hell one time and he doesn't stop talking about
This
it.
was like half a day ago.
God.
Don't we know it?
We've all heard about it non-stop since.
Oh my god, Mostella's going on to me about going on about things. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so you must be going on, my friend.
Touche.
Oh, Mistella, did
Hello.
you hear that Poirot had been to hell?
Oh, I did actually, yes.
It's strange, I thought I was the only one that knew.
Stop making light of my trauma.
No. There's a door in this room. Is it a normal door?
It is an normal door.
I use the spell
Normal
command.
door.
So you go through. Leads into quite a nice room.
So
You see
lovely to
like
all of
It's also not a wild
worktops as well as various like pieces of meat, like game meat, like rabbits and stuff, kind of like hanging from hooks.
Fish?
It appears to be a kitchen of sorts. Oh, you went up there.
Yeah,
Um,
because there was a door and this was the corridor.
Sorry, I thought you went through that
Sorry.
door. Oh, well, there's a kitchen beyond that door.
I like kitchen.
You see that northern
Now we know it's a kitchen.
passage. You see, as it I guess about halfway down, it turns into steel grates on the floor that you can walk along but have holes in them. You can see two alcoves that are kind of like these two metal seams that seem to run down the entirety of the corridor. And there's a smell of just blood and decay in the air.
We've made it back to the beginning almost.
Cyphers. With your perception, passive perception, you'd be able to pick out the smell of definitely corpses from below the grates, and you can see just about partway down, sticking out like about an inch, is the beginning of this kind of round, like cylindrical. It's like a metal cylinder of sorts that have grinding spikes that come out of it, and it looks like it runs down this corridor. If it were to be activated,
Or
through.
Yeah, it would just come through
Where
This seems like
sorry,
not
where
fun.
do I? I'm sorry. Where do I see that cylinder?
at the end of the corridor.
About here with this little inlet is.
Okay.
It's a meat grinder, literally.
Right. Well, backing away
I don't like it.
a lot.
This kitchen, any fish?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
find
Let's
a
just
bit
go
of
back
Yeah,
to the
I'll
kitchen.
have some fish.
Slap me some fish.
Yeah, I'll chuck you a fish.
Right. So.
Alright.
Did I hear in the kitchen?
so
What do you want?
Everything!
Sciathus goes to the door. over
Get your
here.
tasting
Go
platter.
through.
Like
Attached to most kitchens, there seems to be a pantry of sorts. You see more like hearty food stocks. It's not like fresh meat or anything. You see boxes of fruits, spices.
Gizmo just stops in this room and is happy again.
Yes, dives into a barrel of limes.
I'll just take some like armfuls of.
There's
various
another door.
foods.
No,
That's
Through
a
the door.
garth.
Which room is that?
Hearing there's a kitchen there, I run to it, just grab an armful of food and
Oh,
run
but-
back to the treasure room.
I was bringing you stuff.
Oh,
just-
sweet.
Yeah, we were
It's
getting
number 8.
My
You-
hunger is insatiable.
This.
If we
Literally.
filled a bag of holding with food, and then
It's been. You wouldn't be the first characters to do it.
No.
I
Would
used
you
to
be
have
able-
a
would
bag
you
of
be able to
holding
eat it all, is what I was
exclusively full of
asking.
grain.
Well, it says I can never be full. I
Yes.
never feel full, at the very least.
You see various beds, bunks. You see bedside tables. This is certainly a cultist sleeping area. By the looks of it, completely empty,
Empty.
as all of them heard you fight and all of them poured out of this room.
Oh, sick, nice.
Carrying on.
Oh, I want to search the bunks. Like,
You
we've got
carry-
bedside tables and stuff.
You
Let's have a
carry on.
search this.
Sciathus
Like a
at this point is
investigation
just walking.
Nat 20.
Nice. Yeah, you managed to piece together. There's not a lot kept in here. When you went through the bodies, they don't have a lot of stuff on them, but you managed to pull together about 53 gold.
Hey.
nice.
Do you want to just put that in the
Yeah.
ship fund? It'd be easier.
Sciathus is kind of just
Yeah,
waiting
God,
until he
50
meets
to shit.
someone new.
What does that go through?
To number 6.
Number 6. It seems to be a general kind of like living quarters. You see a table set up in the middle. You see there's kind of like a book kind of half open on there. It seems it was like left or dropped when they ran out to the Deception guys. And there just seems to be a recreational kind of like leisure room where they can just kind of sit and take a load off when they're not on shift.
Oh, nice.
Anything stand out in the room at all?
Not
Pool table?
particularly. No, apart from the book. That's about it.
And then
What is the book?
You go through, you read it through. It's common. It appears to be like some kind of smutty fiction.
I don't know if I
The
needed
lusty
to,
Argonian maid.
It's the lusty lizard folk wench.
Stella.
I don't know if I was meant to find it, but there looked like there was a door up here.
Yes, it
which
is.
led to a
Classic
thing.
of the genre.
It's a privy.
Well, make use of first.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's occupied.
Wish I'd known about it.
As you pee against
We-
like the metal
yeah,
wall in the room,
we
you see
all
your
do
pee
too.
just it's just steaming up. You get the fume of piss.
Oh.
So, there's a shitter in there if anyone needs it.
Don't question why there's throw up in the new chest.
And, right, is anyone wanting to stop and have a look at anything, or are we carrying on?
No,
Carry on.
we appear to be following your lead. Go ahead.
I mean, to be honest, I'm just seeing if we meet anyone else that we've not met before.
I mean, I'd rather.
So far, we've met an arcane sloth and some bearded devils, and it's been kind of cool.
I'm
Nice.
quite enjoying it.
Yeah, having a good time. I mean, after,
Apart from the overwhelming sort of hellish vibe.
Yeah, it's kind of. It's taken away from the experience a bit,
Yeah.
but.
Where do we want to go? Do we want to go back towards Garv,
Uh,
or do
some-
we want
These two corridors.
They're going to lead somewhere.
These two here. Let's have a look here.
So we come out of that door and we go over here.
Yeah, why not? Ah,
Dead end.
Does it go to the right or anything? Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
hey!
Good thinking.
Good
Gets to a
drinking.
door.
Standard door.
Opens
Pop it
the
open.
door.
You open. You see that this is a open but fairly nice room. You see another tapestry kind of strewn across the wall that seems to depict a similar image to the icy layer of hell that you saw on one of the pillars. You see kind of like these icy blue flames kind of like cracking up out of the surface of the ice, and the same figure, the man, like the half man, half snake with the large horn, kind of depicted on there, arms wide.
Just sort of devils.
There's a door down to the south.
Go
Through the
stand
door.
As you open that door, you see.
Yeah,
as
while we're going, we're just going to basically have a quick search of every room we go through.
Yeah, so make a rolling like an investigation check, and it's all like account for
I'll jump in.
you guys going
I'm
first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do it.
Yeah.
Just guiding Mistella.
Yeah, mine was like 8.
Yeah, mine was 12.
19, 22.
Cool. Yeah, so I'll keep that in mind going forward. As you open this other door, the other one automatically closes in behind you, as if they're on some kind of system that, like, when one is open, the other is closed.
Guns out, sword drawn.
Yeah, valid.
We are room 20.
What's in the room where the door closes?
It's just
It's in the
an
past
open
24
room that has
hours
this
today.
large tapestry of the icy layer of hell there. Again, large open space. This time you see a big tapestry kind of floor to ceiling of the acrid bog that was on the third pillar. You see again this kind of like horrible looking acidic swamp kind of depicted.
The tapestry, can I go up and like have a peek behind it?
Solid stone.
Can
Stone.
I just run along the wall just?
Yeah. All the way down.
Okay, no worries.
The eyes follow
Almost
you.
back to where I always died.
Yeah.
So like someone looking through the tapestry.
As you get to that door, it's a corridor that you'd seen, but you'd not actually seen the inlet of the door. It is the third in the collection of the large iron arcane sealed doors.
How's your luck, Captain?
I mean, here and there. What do you have to?
One of those doors.
Oh, hang on.
What was behind the first one again? That was the where the
Magic stuff.
Yeah.
Potion, the contract, and some
a
knuckles.
horn.
Yeah, the number.
There wasn't a horn. There was a flask that had horns on it.
That was it. The flask.
I'll give it a good go.
Before you do, dispel magic.
Cool. Make a check for me, please. And your wisdom modifier and guidance that I'm sure you gave yourself.
I did. Yeah, I'd have guided myself before, and the spell's not concentration. Yeah, I kind of deserved that. You were 1. That's 7. It's plus my wisdom modifier, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 11.
achy
The
boy.
rune stays in place.
I think I dispelled it.
Let's give it a go. Hui! I'm in.
Cool. So first of all, lockpick check.
Okay, 9 plus 6. Gonna set still on that 15. Do I need to make a deck
Bless
check
would
as
be
well?
a good idea right about now for the captain.
Bless.
Crit 20 on the deck check.
Nice. So you do that. The lock
I mean, it's still...
doesn't go. You
Just in
feel
case.
you feel like you could just about get it, but then you start feeling your fingers begin to bend, and you just pull back out.
Okay.
The door's not unlocked, but
Okay.
Right, this time I will guide the captain.
And you still have bless on.
Is it a deck save or check?
It was it's a
One's a
thief-
check,
It's
one's
a thief's
a save.
It's one check and one save, so it's a thief's
Yeah.
tools
Okay,
check,
so one
and then
thing.
it's a save to like avoid getting your fingers snapped.
Sweet. Unlocking. Terrible. 10 straight. You know what? Inspiration. My fingers are worth it. I got a +1
Yeah,
on the
absolutely.
guidance, so don't worry about that. So 12 of that. 18 on to unlock.
Stays solid.
I know what it is.
Dex
Right.
save.
Save. Nice. Not bad at all. So 16 plus 2 plus 6.
Yeah. Again,
We already know the DCs
You don't-
for these.
I did, yeah.
you're getting used to it, but you pull back and yeah.
Okay, once more. Come on, I can do this.
I believe in you, captain.
To unlock. Fuck's sake, that's a failure.
You can just take my point of inspiration at this point for that.
It was 2. Nope, worthless. And then to not die. Again, fantastic save.
Cool. Yeah. Again, it's a tough fucking lock, but you are getting into the room of like knowing how long it takes for it to come in.
Okay, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Okay.
You have a minute on my thing.
Fuck's sake! Still not unlocked. Still not with broken fingers. Oh, that's 20. That's exactly 20.
That's what you need.
It's unlocked. Let's see if my fingers break.
They do.
It's a crit fail.
So you get
Do you want to take my inspiration or not?
Can I?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good joke anyway. Oh.
It's still probably broken fingers, but
Why?
Slightly better.
8 plus 6, so 14
do
total.
that. You like you feel Thomas going like, I've got it. You hear the lock click into place, and then you hear several more clicks. You see as your fingers all
Those
just,
don't sound good.
you see as like your fingers essentially break around your lockpicks. All of them snap in multiple places, and just this intense pain washes over you.
That's a Babawi.
Yeah.
To be
That's a oof.
So 17 points of damage as all of your fingers just break. You are also at disadvantage with any checks using your hands until this is fixed.
Okay.
You see as the fingers break, but the door the runes go dull and it.
I get first call on anything in there.
Donovan acknowledges. Hey!
That is second level cure wounds.
On his knees.
You see they click a little bit back into place, but you feel like you're gonna need some
A lot
decent
more.
rest.
I need some restoration, but thank you for the effort.
It's
How much
right-
health
it's,
back at least?
That's 2d8, is that?
Yeah,
You
but
just,
second
from
level.
around the like down the corridor,
Six.
just hear a shriek, Garv, because you also make
9
another strength check.
Hit points back. I don't think I had anything to cure wounds, do I? Is it, or is it plus my
Wisdom modifier. Yeah.
12? So,
12.
9
You're about
plus
halfway around at this
4,
point. You are
13.
sweating profusely. It's like the I don't know what to compare it to. Actually. You're just there in whatever state of undress you want to be, just glistening, just gush. Fuck's sake, gush, gush. It's doable. You feel like you're gonna do it, but it's
Getting there.
yeah.
There's no point stopping now, really.
It's not like a route that goes all the way down that you just can't get.
You come out and you're in Riensing, and it's just like too far.
No, shouldn't fuck anything up down there.
We're in room
Where did
22.
Riensing used to be on this map?
There.
Or is it not?
Waste.
No idea.
Waste if it was
I
here.
didn't know that was a thing.
We don't know.
This one's Skytear, isn't it?
Yes.
That's in Dampain World.
Oh,
It's consistent.
that's cool.
Yeah.
But it's thousands and thousands of years later.
Something
so
went wrong
massive
and it flooded the
calamity
world.
happened.
That's amazing.
If-
How did I not know this?
If Riensing's anywhere,
It's
it's
one part
either
of the
this
universe we didn't
continent or
know.
waste.
Cool.
Yeah, this is news to me as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Good.
And
You,
Sick, though.
As you go through into the room, you can see there's a couple of things in here. There are shelves lining the walls, not all of them full, but you see a couple of things. You see this bag with this strange kind of like almost like rocky like shape to them, like they're uneven, as if like some rocks have been put in there. You see over on one side there is a rack of bottles. You see one of them has this kind of swirling, thick, viscous red inside of it. It doesn't look like a healing potion, similar but not quite. You see lined up next to it are 5 identical bottles. They're all kind of like white, almost clear, and you can see this very thin liquid in them. And
Oh,
just
Jesus
these
Christ.
swirling,
Was that a cat?
There was a cat.
these swirling kind of like spirit, like within, like not spirit as in like, but that's kind of like something that's swirling within.
Body.
These
there's
bottles is
There's a
poison.
roll of papers, kind of like just like placed on one of the shelves as well, like a roll with like a bit of twine wrapped around it for safekeeping,
I'll get a detect magic going.
and that's
just
about
to
it.
Narrow everything down. Just to learn what the schools of magic are too would be
The
good.
vial is magical, although it doesn't fit a particular school of magic.
That's
it
dark.
seems to cover almost all of them.
Oh, jeez.
The 5 strange bottles seem to be very faintly magical, enchantment based, and the stacks of paper are also magical, also enchantment based.
There are 5 of us. We taking a potion each.
I mean, if we want to, at the moment we don't really know what they do. So
I mean, I can't.
I probably
Shall we just,
Okay.
shall we just
Yes.
pocket them for now
yeah,
and
let's
then
pocket
check
everything. There's paper.
Yes.
I'm gonna just have a look and see if I can read anything.
Yeah, you go and grab it. These are
It is now
blank
2
pieces of
actions
paper, but
to
it's
drink
nice like
potion.
vellum, like scroll paper.
Mm.
There's no scrolls on them, but it's not. This isn't paper that's used for transcribing. This is something different, but it's definitely magical in some way.
Let's just look
I-
after it. for
Eventually, I'll be able to identify them, but I can't do it right now.
Do you want to keep them on you then?
I'll keep hold of things unless anybody really
now. Is there
has
anything
any
else?
particular attachment.
Not at all. Is there anything else in the room, or is it just these potions and paper?
And there's the sacks with the like rocky shapes to them.
Oh, I'm gonna have a look at that.
You go in and although you don't recognise this type specifically, these are 2 hunks of ore by the looks of it.
Oh shit.
And you can see as well, kind of like wrapped
Just
up.
real
with-
quick, Dan.
Yes.
Metals I know.
It's not a metal, you know.
It's definitely not.
You do not recognise it. Make a intelligence check for me, or make a blacksmithing check actually.
We'll do. What's my
BS check.
She is.
Intelligence and proficiency. for you.
I'm proficient in nature. Would I know?
Yeah, you can also make a nature check.
Is it good? Is it good side? Should I take it away?
Nah, it's just vegged it.
So
25.
15.
15.
There was turkey.
25.
25. 25. You're not too sure on these.
I have
You
no
recognise
idea.
these just simply because you've read about them. This is known as putrid silver. It's silver that when it's cut into, it bleeds a blackish, dark green viscous liquid whenever it's like cut or chipped, and it's used for imbuing items with kind of like a poisonous effect. There's also a slip of paper in there as well. You kind of unfold it, and this is a magic item formula. It shows you how to lay a curse into a bladed weapon.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's pretty sick.
Okay,
It's pretty sick,
I'm
bro.
gonna just hold on to that bag. Can you do that?
That's still as like a fucking
Like, as
pack
in-
mule.
Any bladed weapon, it's specific to blades, but yeah, you now know the routine, the recipe you will.
What's the silver called? Sorry.
Putrid silver. It counts as
Death
rare.
That's what plague knives are made out of.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
Cyathus has this moment of sudden realization
Imagine they're kissing me.
and runs
Oh, yeah, true.
all the way round up
Fingers
to
crossed.
the pantry.
Yep.
Grabs Gizmo by the scruff of his fucking neck.
Yep.
And he's like, "No, come with me."
He's like got loads of fruit like around his mouth and peels. Hops on your shoulder.
I'll grab a couple of
Just to
handfuls of
check
fruit
I've
just to
written
make sure
this
he comes
down in
with
a
me.
way
It's
that-
like, "No,
The
fucking
only reason he
stay."
can eat this much fruit is because he did the same challenge. He was the guy before.
He's going for the. He's doing the York
when you beat
trial.
his time, he was like, damn it!
Just to check, so I've written down bag of putrid silver with cursed weapon instructions.
just realised
You've
he's brought
essentially
back
got
his
two
own
hunks of putrid
He
silver.
failed the
two
second one, and
balls
that's why he's
worth.
cursed into the rest.
And yeah, a
Like,
formula that shows how to lay a curse into a blade weapon.
Gizmo's a Goliath wearing a monkey costume.
No, I think you'll find that Gizmo is Grillantor. Confirmed.
My liege.
So you've got that, and you've also got the strange kind of like thick red vial. Whoever knows about
I
that.
think I've got.
We don't
I've
even
got
know
that,
what
and
they are.
then I'll keep hold of the 5 vials,
okay.
just so we know what they are.
Thick
Yeah.
boy.
There's
juice.
like the one vial with like
Yeah,
the
I
red
reckon
is like
it's-
this kind of
Doesn't
big
hold-
kind of like
That's cool.
what they call like the big kind of like scientific ones. They kind of
Oh,
like
yeah,
those,
big sort
big
of like
bottles.
spherical.
Yeah. The other ones are bottles like similar to like rum bottles.
Like a
essentially.
conical flask.
Like fairly big, like wine rum bottles kind of.
Wine barrel, you say?
Lovely job.
If
Hammer
anyone's
appears
cold, by the
in
way,
there.
I opened the back door because I was boiling, but I'm now
Yeah.
a normal temperature, so hopefully
Close
everyone's
my
a
eyes.
bit
Well,
chilly.
Probably jump over it.
If we were to summarize, Captain, you broke your finger so that Mistella could curse a sword.
Hooray!
I'm proud of you.
I don't know how I feel about cursed weapons, but
Now you know how to do
Now
it.
I know how
You
to
don't
do it.
necessarily have to.
Depends what kind of curse we've got on.
I'm going to study that later.
Cool.
Yeah. Should we just check out some other rooms?
As you
Down towards where River was going.
so you can open that up. That's 21, I believe.
19.
There's like
19.
Room number 19, they've just gone in.
Oh, yeah. You see, in this room, immediately you see a familiar uniform. You can see stacks of Midas uniforms in here. You also see that there's a desk with a chair that is facing the southern door, as if like expecting people to kind of come out of it, and there seems to be a stack of papers to one side as well. You see that a few of them are like unfolded, a few of the Midas uniforms are hanging up, and they all seem to be exactly as you would remember or recognise a Midas uniform, bar one very small detail. All of them on the lapel seem to have a pin that is shaped like... Is there the other board around somewhere? I can just draw a bit of paper if someone's got...
You could have
Is
drawn
it-
it on
is it a
Gil
paw?
Burtonance's board, but
Nah,
Is it a
leave
paw?
Gilbert and alone.
Oh, what?
A paw?
It is not. It's
I'll
not.
show you later.
Hey, teacher, you go Belton and Southern.
It's a very basic, fairly basic pin that has a symbol like that.
Ah,
Praise the sun!
You also see off to
they're
one
the
side.
cult of the Ravers.
You also see there's off to one side as well. There is a small brazier that has a poker currently in it, not lit. And as you kind of inspect it, it has the same symbol as if for branding people.
Are there any outfits the right size for Garb, like Goliath size?
No.
Okay.
I just need an armband.
Okay.
Or a pin.
Very
would do.
Are there any armbands or anything?
Nem can make a religion check for me as well, as can you.
About
No,
armbands.
there are. It's just the full uniform, just in like a coat.
11.
It's not great. It's an 8.
Don't recognise it.
Okay. Yeah. Anything that Garb could dress up more Midas-y.
You can get like a bigger coat. Again, it's not really gonna fit if he tried to wear it, but you could certainly tie it around him or something like that.
Armband, give him an armband.
Just grab me one of the pins.
Yeah, I'm gonna-
There's
well, I
a
was gonna
door
grab
here,
some- I
and
was
it
gonna
looks
grab
like there's a
some
desk
if you need
that you would expect people to come through this door. You said with 19?
Yes.
Hey, come back to me.
So this will go through the door.
I'm going to take a pin for everyone, by the way. just
Yeah,
because
take a
we-
bunch of pins. Just
I'll take a whole new coat for myself with pin.
Cool.
The most regal coat I can find.
Right, my slightly roughed up one with a hole
There seems to be stuff.
Yeah, I'll take a coat that isn't knackered.
Go
that I
through.
can
You
wear as a
see
disguise.
in either of those sections, there are statues. Statues that Nem saw. These are statues of Asmodeus. They're exactly the same, apart from the hand that seems to have the ruby-tipped scepter is kind of like leaning forward a little bit, so you'd have to kind of pass underneath both of them if you were to walk through.
Nem grabs Cyathus by the shoulder, drags him back, and she says, "No, don't go near those. I mean, my raven died when she touched the scepter. I think it might be bad for us."
As you stand there in the corridor, in front of these two large statues of Asmodeus, contemplating what this could mean, how deep it could go, knowing that somewhere your very large Goliath friend is about halfway through acquiring an adamantine chest as he is covered in sweat and the room smells vaguely of boiled piss. We'll call it there
Nice.
for today.
Good sesh.
Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for getting active in chat. Appreciate everything that you guys do and how you interact with us. It makes it worth doing, which is amazing. So we'll be back sometime with more pirates and more streams. Best way to find out when and how is down below. If you go and follow our various social medias, join our Discord, which we have a lovely, lovely community. Get involved and you'll be able to see when we're streaming. It may be a little while until we stream again. We're not too sure, just because that wonderful Christmas break is coming up, so we're going to be scattered to the four winds quite a bit. But as I said, best way to find out, go down below. You'll see when we're streaming and what we're streaming as well, and you can just interact with us generally, I suppose, as well.
We're like a bot online.
Yeah, like a bot. We'll be your bot. But nevertheless, thank you very much for joining us. Thanks for chatting with the stream. We've been Nifty, you've been you. Stay beautiful.
We appreciate y'all.
Beautiful.
Stay nifty.
Let's